Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer. I'm here with Niall Rosenberg. We are going to be your play-by-play and color commentators for tonight. Niall, how are we feeling about tonight, man?
I think we're feeling good. These are two exciting teams. Saguaro did not have the greatest year last year, but Desert Mountain with a very nice 8-3 record last season. But as we were kind of talking about pregame, we have a lot of younger teams now coming into being older. You mentioned a lot of juniors on these two sides, so it's going to be a very exciting night. A great crowd here for Desert Mountain.
Yeah, nice crowd here. The weather's cooled down a ton. It was really hot with that sun up earlier, but yeah, it's going to be a great game tonight. Conrad Hamilton coming into his sixth season with the Desert Mountain Wolves, hired in 2019. Last season, yeah, 8-3 finish. Finished second in 5A Northeast, the Northeast Division for Arizona, only to Horizon, who also, of course, had a great season last year. But like you said, Saguaro really struggled last year, went 1-9. But when you're looking at those games, there's not a ton more they could do. They were scoring points, putting points on the board. They had a great year statistically, you could say, I guess. But when it came down to the record, they had a rough time. And as you can see on the screen here, completion percentage is 59.1% for the Wolves, 57 for the SaberCats. Pretty close statistically for both sides. 13th in Arizona for the Desert Mountain Wolves. 205 passing yards a game last season for the SaberCats with a 1-9 record. Like I was saying, Niall, 205 yards in the air, but you lose 9 games.
And looking at like their season stats, it's got to be the defense, right? Like they only had one game last season where they didn't give up over 30 points. I mean, you have games like against Basha, 50-0 loss. You have games like Mountain View, 57-27. So it's gonna be not only on this passing offense, but also on this defense to be able to hold them together for some of their stars on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, a star for Saguaro, Marcel Jones, the senior, number 7, playing quarterback for the SaberCats. 1,072 yards last season in 6 games played, 57% completion percentage, 178 yards per game, rushing and throwing. He had 8 touchdowns. He's a great runner, 66 carries, 441 yards on the ground last season. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left before we are playing football here at Desert Mountain on the Varsity Sports Show with me, Dane Palmer, and my color analyst, Niall Rosenberg. And we are coming out now. Here comes Saguaro, the SaberCats taking the field in front of a packed house here for the Wolves.
And we talked about before a lot with the Saguaro team with the 1-9 record. It's all about a clean slate, new year. The 1-9 doesn't matter anymore. It's all about what they can do this season. And like you said earlier with Marcel Jones and his stats, it all starts with the quarterback. And it starts with his ability to use his legs to his advantage. With 6 touchdowns last year, 441 yards in the 66 carries, they got to be able to get him also outside the pocket, make life easier for him. 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's not that good. And so for him to be able to use his legs on the rushing attack can open up the passing lanes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of quarterbacks for the Wolves, Grant Garduno, the junior, as a captain. As a sophomore last year, he played in 3 games, had 24 attempts, 281 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sat behind a senior last year who had himself a great season. He's been on varsity since his freshman year, and yeah, he's ready to tear it up this year. I think he's going to have a huge year. As we talked about in the beginning, we have a ton of juniors on both sides, so young, not really experienced, but very feisty teams ready to go ahead and get after it here on a great night in Arizona. We've got close to 1 minute left. The Wolves are lining up, preparing to take the field. They're going to run out through the tunnel, led by Grant Garduno. He's already on the field as a captain, getting ready to go out there. Yeah, so yards per game last year for the Wolves, 289, 198 passing yards a game, 34 total touchdowns, 13 on the ground, 21 through the air. It was a really good season last year for the Wolves, and they're going to be looking to make that happen again. They're
Yeah,
looking to recreate what happened last year.
And when we talk about Greg Garduno, like you said, the 3 games played at 24 attempts. I'm looking at his stats, the 134.2 quarterback rating through those 3 games as a sophomore on varsity. And I saw him in warmups. They didn't even have him throwing earlier on. They're saving his arm. They're saving his talent for what could be a really strong matchup as they come out now with the Streamers right behind him.
Yeah, the Wolves taking the field with a cinematic entrance, waving the American and Arizonan flag. So we're inching closer, ladies and gentlemen, on the Varsity Sports Show to playing football. 6A, Arizona football. Great matchup on hand here.
And one of the top targets, I think, for Marcel Jones, and you mentioned to me pregame, it's Jaden Wiseman. And one thing when I was doing my research on the Saguaro receiving core is that a lot of them have little receptions, but a lot of yards. They are a big play team. And that's something that this defense for the Wolves needs to be cognizant of to be ready for the speed and the athleticism that Saguaro has shown.
Yeah, absolutely. As our captains take the field, you have number 5, 50, 0, and 3 for the Wolves.
2, can you go to the captain in the midfield?
And I absolutely agree. Jaden Wiseman, 10 games last season, 10 receptions, 189 yards. He had 3 carries for 90 yards. So that lets me know, too, they're mixing in that jet sweep. They're letting him take over on the ground a little bit. Try to get around the edge. Clearly, he's got great speed. Senior year, 6'3", 195 pounds. He's going to be absolutely one of those targets you have to stay on top of for the Wolves. On the other side of the ball, Garduno is going to be looking to Easton Connor a ton. He's a sophomore. He played in 8 games as a freshman on varsity, 25 carries, 55 yards. So it was a little different for him as a freshman playing on varsity. When he played freshman football, he had 300 yards on 14 carries.
I mean, that's 21.4 per attempt. I mean, that's pretty impressive with the 5 touchdowns. And I'm also looking at his receiving game. In his 8 games on varsity, 7 receptions, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So the ability for Garduno to potentially get him the ball in the air is going to be crucial for the Wolves on offense.
Yeah, I think that's modern day football too. It even shows you at the high school level we are seeing shades of the modern day football mentality. You got to have a running back who can catch passes, but then you can hand it off to him and he can get you those 3 yards you need on 4th and 3 or 4th and 2 and make those short gains. As we are getting ready for kickoff here, the Wolves standing on the edge of the sideline, ready to go. Saguaro, the Sabercats, they're ready to go as well. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to throw it to Ava with our pregame interviews featuring both head coaches for Saguaro and Desert Mountain.
Right. Hi, I'm Ava Lambatis with Varsity Sports Show, and I'm here with Coach Hamilton with Desert Mountain. So, coming off of an impressive 8-3 season, how do you plan on building that momentum for this year?
Yeah, every year is a new year, but I think, just the success that we've had over the last 4 or 5 years, I think just the expectations continue to grow. So the guys that are matriculating into our program, to our high school, whatever, they know that, hey, the expectation is that we're going to be process-driven. We're going to work our tails off because we're in search of that first elusive state championship here for Desert Mountain. So I think that's kind of how you build off of it. Just continue to carry the momentum from some of the successful years we've already had. Yep.
So you lost a lot of important seniors.
We did.
Who have you seen kind of step up and fill that role?
We lost a lot of seniors. We only have 11 returning seniors this year. But Ryan McDonough is our senior captain. He's one of our special guys. He's committed to Georgetown. He's been a 4-year starter for us. He's excellent in the classroom. He's high character kid, and on the football field or whatever, he can do it all. He's physical. He can tackle. He's smart. He's a good teammate. We like it. And then guys like Ronnie Broach, he's our starting center. He's a senior. He does a great job for us. He's scrappy. He fights tooth and nail. Again, elite in the classroom. Muse de Guzman, senior defensive end. He's had a great off season. He's gained some weight. He's about 6'2.5", 215. He'll rush the passer. He'll drop in coverage, and hopefully he'll rally us tonight to get out to the quarterback a little bit. So yeah, those guys have been stepping up. We only have 11, but they've been good for us.
Great. All right. Well, thank you for speaking with me. Have a good game tonight.
Thank you. You bet.
Hi, I'm Ava Lambatis with Varsity Sports Show, and I'm here with Coach Kelly with Saguaro. So coming off a 1-9 season, what have you really focused on in the offseason
That
to
right
improve?
there, those guys back there, that's what we focus on. Focus on getting them better mentally, physically, in the classroom. We added new coaches to our staff. We've done everything we can to make sure we turn this program from 1-9 to 9-1. It's going to happen, no question.
And what's the energy in the locker room heading into tonight's game?
It's big energy. The guys have been looking forward to this moment since we stepped off the field in November. That was the last game we played, and our guys have been working their tails off since then. So the energy is high, and they're anxious.
Awesome. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. I am Dane Palmer with Niall Rosenberg at my side, and here's the kick. The game has started here at Desert Mountain. Desert Mountain kicks it off. Number 12 for Saguaro with a nice return, but he's wrapped up and taken down. A little extracurricular there after the play from the Wolves.
Elijah Jackson went to his right, trying to get into the crease, and just a great play by Desert Mountain.
Yeah, so the Saguaro SaberCats are going to start pretty deep into their own territory here. We talked about it pregame. Offensively, the SaberCats, not too shabby. Defensively, they needed to do some work. So we got ourselves an opportunity here to watch that SaberCats offense go to work as Marcel Jones leads the offense onto the field.
One thing with Marcel, the Sacramento State commit, is that you have to be wary of his eyes. He can look left to right. I saw him in practice. He's looking at his first read, and he doesn't know where to go afterwards, so it's something to pay attention.
Marcel, play action, rolls out to the left, and he finds his man, number 9, the tight end, Nikolai Procopio. He's wrapped up, taken down close to the first down marker, and it's going to be a first down for the SaberCats. One play, one first down.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. What we talked about beforehand, getting him out of the pocket, getting easy passes for your quarterback, and that's just an easy 10 yards and the first down.
We've got some announcements being made by the referees here, conversing with each other across the field. Some clock issues, it looks like. But play action there on the first play. Think we're going to see a lot of play action tonight?
I think so, too, because their running game is strong. Saguaro's running game is strong, so being able to set up the play action can also help set up your run.
Absolutely, and the first down snap is going to be blown dead for the time being. All right, we got some delays, but here we go. Jones in the shotgun formation. Clean snap, keeps it, runs to his right, and he's taken down by a couple of Wolves after a nice pickup there on first down. Brings up second and manageable.
General Solomon, the first one there to wrap him up. And like we talked before, it is important to keep Marcel Jones from using his legs and being able to extend plays. And right there is design quarterback run, something that I think we're going to see a lot tonight from the SaberCats.
Yeah, the SaberCats, Marcel Jones is lethal with his legs, so we will see what else he can do tonight. 2nd and 5 here for the SaberCats. The bubble pass to Procopio makes a nice grab, and he's upended after picking up just a few yards.
And it's Solomon there again. He is flying so far. Gotta start screaming. He is feeling it right now. And I enjoy the game plan right now. Get it to Procopio. Get it to your 225-pound tight end and make him break tackles.
Yeah, the senior, 6'3", 225 pounds. He's not very easy to tackle. But the Wolves doing a nice job so far. So 3rd and short for the SaberCats. Jones lined up again in shotgun. We've got some penalty flags flying on the field.
It looked like Leighton McKenzie, the left tackle, looked like he jumped first. Be him or Procopio.
And we have a false start.
They both jumped on the defensive side.
So
Mr. Guzman drew it as well. He played a little bit of acting there on that play.
So backs the SaberCats up 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 7 now. We'll see what they can do. On another false start. So the SaberCats go from having a nice drive so far. Number 27, Kadrian Iderin is guilty.
I mean, that's a freshman player right there. You have a freshman receiver, a little bit of nerves, and he jumps.
It's going to happen. So it's third and very long now for the SaberCats. After starting off hot, got some adversity here.
They brought in Tristan Armstrong to replace the freshman.
Jones throws out left, finds the running back. Ty Stozier, and he makes some nice moves. He's going to be close to the first down.
Looks to be just a couple yards short, and I really enjoyed what they decided to do this first drive, Saguaro, with getting the ball out of Jones' hands quick. Just the penalties, they're punishing.
So it looked like they were thinking about going it there for a second, but the SaberCats are going to bring on the punt team. Punter Jack Snyder.
Back to receive for the Wolves, number 5, Ryan McDonough.
Excuse me, Tristan Armstrong with the punt there. McDonough receives the punt. He's going to be tackled after a short gain near the 40-yard line. So the Wolves offense going to get a chance now after some self-inflicted wounds.
I think one player to highlight on defense right there for the Wolves is General Solomon. He was all over the field on that drive, following players, making big tackles, and great starting field position here for Desert Mountain.
Yeah, General Solomon wreaking havoc on the Saguaro offense there. The SaberCats are going to get a chance to try and defend now. The Wolves bringing out offense. A little bit of a delay again with the clock. 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the quarter. Gardunio sends a man in motion. Looking to his left. Finds him, number 10. Upended quickly by number 1 for the SaberCats. So second and relatively long for the Wolves.
And like we saw on Saguaro's side, we're getting the ball out fast, getting the ball out Cardunio's hands, get him settled and ready. You know, these guys haven't played a full football game yet, so it's just making stuff easier for your quarterback leads to winning.
Absolutely. Here's the second down snap. Gardunio in the shotgun formation, sends a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, finds him again. Number 19 making some nice moves, and he's going to be really close to a first down, but they're going to mark him short. Number 19, Kai Shen.
Shen, again, getting the ball early with the screen and using his speed to make a man miss, make it a really good 3rd and 2 right now, where they can use their run game or they have anything at their disposal.
So 3rd and 2, the Wolves are going to bring it back out again.
And I found it interesting as we talked about Easton Connor as the running back beforehand. It is Ryan Craddy for this first drive.
Yeah, Ryan Craddy's getting the nod here on the first drive. 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap. And they hand it off. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield by some SaberCats. Brought down. It's going to be a loss of yardage.
The penetration really fast. Tyler King, number 77, in on that quickly. And they were just stuffed immediately. No hole for Craddy to get through.
Yeah, nowhere for Craddy to go. Gets wrapped up in that line of scrimmage and pushed back as the Wolves are going to bring on the punt team now.
As we highlighted before the game, Saguaro's defense was not the greatest last year. This first drive, it looked solid, looked content, and a 3-and-out quick for the Wolves.
So 4th and 3. The Wolves are going to go ahead and punt it away. Snap is clean. Gets the punt away. It's near the 30. It's bouncing, and it takes a nice Wolves bounce and rolls all the way just in front of the 10-yard line. So Saguaro is going to be set up deep in their own territory again. We'll see what they can do here. If not for those penalties on the last drive, we could have seen a little more offense out of the SaberCats. So we'll see what they roll out here on their second drive of the game.
Solid pump by Hudson Kading. Get them back in their own 15. And special teams, an underrated, important part of high school football, being able to back up your opponent, just making it even more difficult. So
absolutely. It's very clear to tell how good your team is if you have a good special teams unit. That's typically hard to come by. The snap is taken, and it's kept by Jones, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield quickly. There was a blitz off the edge there. So Jones is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage.
We didn't see much pressure on the first drive from the Wolves. They're switching up a little bit, making Marcel Jones try and read them better.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here for the SaberCats. We'll see what Jones can get going for this offense.
2nd and 9.
Excuse me, 2nd and 9. Jones sends a man in motion. It's a handoff up the middle and collapsed. Quickly was that offensive line. He had nowhere to go.
Strozer with not much space there as number 44, Cole Yearman, loses his helmet and has to come off on that play.
So big collision there on 2nd down. Picks up just a couple yards. 3rd and 6 for the SaberCats now.
I'd look for play action here, potentially finding big tight end Procopio on this. It kind of a hitch here.
Procopio was a main target for Jones, and he's going deep, and there's nobody there. Intended target was number 17.
Marquez McClelland, he was covered pretty well. Marcel Jones wanted it all, but just nothing really open there. Not much separation on that play.
So once again, the SaberCats are going to be forced to punt it away. How important is it to start with good field position? Obviously, we've seen the SaberCats have started twice now with some rough field position.
Well, when you're backed up, it limits the amount of plays you can run. It makes it difficult because you also need to remember that you need space for your punter on the opposite side in case it happens to be able to have space to do that. And now, as we're looking at number 80, the freshman Kai Hasenjager is standing on the 50 for this punt.
So the punt is up and away. It's going to be fair caught near the 50 by number 80 for the Wolves.
As we talk about field position again, another great start for the Wolves. Can they turn this over? Can they get the offense rolling? 3 and out on their first drive. I want Carduno, if I was the head coach right now, I'd get him out of the pocket even more. Get him some space, be able to use his legs and find somebody down the field.
I absolutely agree. I think they're going to have to pick it up here as that 4th down turns into offense for the Wolves. So Garduno marches back on there, back out onto the field.
And Easton Conyer takes back over from Craddy.
So Craddy originally started this drive. It's a play action out to the left, finds a man quickly, tight ropes the sideline, number 4. I am Mizan. Mazan.
Exactly what we just talked about. Getting Carduno out, getting quick completions, let his speedy guys, let his skill players just make the plays for him.
Yeah, so quickly finding a man there. A lot of play action so far from the Wolves. We'll see if they continue to do that here on 2nd and short.
One thing they have to be wary of is that if they can't get that run game going, the play action's not going to be able to do anything.
The shotgun snap for the Wolves. Garduno drops back. Looking over the middle, he's got a man open, but it's just out of reach for number 8, Easton Connor.
We highlighted his receiving yards before the game. We highlighted his ability to catch the football. He was wide open on his streak down the middle of the field. It would have been a touchdown, just slightly overthrown.
Just a touch too far for Connor. Yeah, he had nothing but green grass ahead of him right there. So a miss there on 2nd down for the Wolves. That brings up 3rd and short.
It's a good sign for your offense, though, be able to get those guys with so much space. And they're loading the box here, Saguaro is.
Sends a man in motion, rolls out to his right, quickly throws it to number 80, who picks up some extra 1st down and a few more for the Wolves.
Great read of the defense there. They knew the pressure was coming, and Carduno gets out to his right and finds Hasenjager and gets that 1st down.
So we've got a quad left look here from the Wolves. Starting on the right side hash, 1st and 10. We've got a stoppage here. Looks like it's another issue with the clock. So the Wolves are going to go out there and have to do it again.
I wonder if they start attacking the run now that they've earned the respect of the short game. And so it might even open up that long game. We saw how it opened up with Easton Connor on the on 2 plays ago. Now let's see if they can open it up down the sidelines.
1st and 10 here for the Wolves. We'll do it again. Garduno in the shotgun snap. Motions his man out to the left. Looks over the middle. It's caught again by 80 for the Wolves.
I mean, this freshman, what more do you want from him right now? The last 2 completions. Heisenjager is really making his impact felt, catching punts and making plays on the wide receiver position.
So Heisenjager has been a main target so far for Garduno.
And Carduno is he's finding his reads well. Look to the right, it wasn't there. Immediately finds Heisenjager with no hesitation. That's what you want to see out of your quarterback.
So Desert Mountain has Saguaro on the ropes here as they threaten to enter the red zone. From the 25, here's 1st and 10. Handoff to the left. Taken down swiftly there.
It's a great open field tackle by Jesse Martinez. He found Connor on the left and wrapped up his legs. And that if Connor was able to break that one tackle in front of him, it was nothing but good grass. So great play by Martinez.
Connor had some room right there, so nice job to trip him up right at the line. 2nd and 9 here for the Wolves. Garduno sets up Connor to his right. Snap is clean. It's going to be a little quick toss to number 4 right at the line of scrimmage, and he is going to pick up a nice chunky yards there.
Fancy play. Carried by
I am Maizan.
Yeah, it's nice to see the little trickery here, like using different guys, and
Down by number 1,
it's 4 or 5 different players now for the Wolves have gotten the ball in their hands. So it's really, you can't focus on anybody right now.
Yeah, there's nobody to key in on for the SaberCats. 3rd and short here from inside the 20 for the Wolves as they break the huddle.
And I like to point out the size advantage from what it looks to be Saguaro right now. Their defensive line is a big group of people. This offensive line has held up well so far for Carduno.
They have done great. 2 men coming in motion here for the Wolves. Takes the snap, and we've got another stoppage on the field. We have a timeout taken by the Wolves. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Varsity Sports Show. 0-0, 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first quarter from Desert Mountain.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Varsity Sports Show. I am Dane Palmer here with Niall Rosenberg. Niall, what do we see in that first quarter, man?
I saw a lot of good defense by the Wolves, and also a great first defensive drive from Saguaro. And right now, I'm really liking what I'm seeing with this play calling, getting Carduno out of the pocket, finding his guys quickly.
Yeah, so some interesting play calling from the Wolves, mixing it up a ton. Garduno takes the snap on 3rd down. Looking over the middle, and he's got a man. He's wrapped up and taken down quickly by number 5 of the SaberCats. Isaiah Justice picks up the first down for the Wolves.
A lot of misdirection. You have guys coming to the sides, and then you have the under routes that Carduno is finding well. It's a lot of stunts and a lot of really nice things done by the Wolves, just finding guys open, making it easy for your quarterback.
Yeah, constantly sending guys in motion. Here's a quick snap on 1st down. The handoff to Connors, and he's wrapped up quickly close to the line of scrimmage by number 55 of the SaberCats. And we've got a flag down
Easton Connor on the carry, brought down by number 55.
Tyler
just
McCray.
after the play.
Tyler McCray made a great play there. Let's see if it holds up. He shedded his block and got on Connor immediately. Looks like the Wolves are pointing towards the SaberCats side.
So the referee is still talking it over here. with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. So it looks like the SaberCats are going to get backed up 5 yards there.
It's a shame. It was a great defensive play by Tyler McCray, and just unfortunate. Another penalty for the SaberCats so far tonight.
Another penalty for the SaberCats. They've been killing them on both sides of the ball so far in this game. Here's a 2nd and 5 snap. Garduno hands it off up the middle. Tripped up immediately. Craddy.
The delayed handoff. I mean, it's Jesse Martinez again. That's the second great play we've seen him make on this drive. And they had the guys go out. They were trying to make it look like it was a pass, but, I mean, nobody was fooled on the SaberCats side.
Saguaro so far, that defensive line has been an emphasis for their defense. Real strong suit so far. They've been staying away from it. The Wolves have. Here's 3rd down. Sends a man in motion out to the right. He's got a man open. Number 9, and he's wrapped up, taken down. Nice open field tackle by number 1 of Saguaro.
Tristan Armstrong, the 3-star uncommitted free safety / wide receiver, made an unbelievable tackle on the right-hand side of the field on Davian Whitener, and he just saved a touchdown right there.
Yeah, he was the only guy between him and the end zone. So 4th and short here for the Wolves. Garduno under center. And he's going to just push forward. They're still wrestling him, and he's slammed down. Looked like behind the line of scrimmage.
And I mean, that ref is right on the 3-yard line where they needed to reach. It'll be close.
No signal yet.
Wait for it.
Looks like they're still talking it over down there on the field. The referee's taking time.
It looks like he might have had it right off the beginning. It was a great push from his running back, but I think he might be short.
Yeah, that tush-push style made it really close, so the referees are sorting this out here with an official timeout. Niall, so far, what have you seen from this Wolves offense?
I've seen some really good things with the short game and potentially the long passing game with the running backs with Connor. We saw that play where he would have been a touchdown, just a little bit less air on the ball. But one thing I haven't liked, the run game hasn't been going very well. I think it's a couple 1-yard rushes. They haven't been able to get it going, and the SaberCats are receiving the ball back.
So the Wolves come up just short on 4th and short, right up against the end zone. So Saguaro is going to come back out even deeper in their own territory. They've started every drive inside their own 15-yard line. So a great stop there by the SaberCats defense, but offensively, it's looking rough so far for the SaberCats. We'll see what they can do working out of their own end zone.
We got to get the ball out quick here if you're Marcel Jones. Cannot hold on to it. They've been getting in the backfield, the Wolves defensive front.
So they hand it off. Not much room down there. The Wolves defense is in there quickly. Number 8 for the Wolves.
Yeah, that's Easton Connor, the running back, and now on linebacker on the defensive side. And I think it's a 1-yard loss here for the SaberCats. So really getting the penetration inside for the Wolves.
So 2nd and 11 here for the SaberCats. Easton Connor's making plays on both sides. Here's the snap. Quick throw out to the left. Procopio is taken down near the original line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Wolves. So we haven't seen much so far from the SaberCats.
No, I mean, it's a quick pass and a run, things you want at this when you're backed up, but your skill guys got to make something happen. And Brody Morrison with a great open field tackle on Procopio, and it really seems like he's going to be this focal part of the offense for this first half.
Yeah, Procopio has been a mainstay so far for Marcel Jones. Here's the 3rd down snap. Snap is clean, looking to his right. He rolls out, dodges a defender, launches it deep. He's got a man, and it's going to be broken up. Intended for number 4. The wide receiver, Oliver Gibson, is broken up by General Solomon, number 3.
He's
for the
there
Wolves.
again. Solomon's there again. It was the tackling last drive, and now it is the pass defense right there. And Marcel Jones, I mean, he had 2 guys in the backfield with him, able to escape, use his legs. It wasn't a horribly thrown ball, but when you're off balance, it's very, very hard to make that play.
Yeah, tough throw to make there for Jones. He almost got it there. Had they been at the 10-yard line instead, he might have gotten it there. But nonetheless, 4th down from their own end zone. Saguaro is going to punt it away.
Heisenjager now standing on the SaberCats side of the field as Brass are having a problem here.
We've got a penalty down. Delay a game by Saguaro. So a penalty-filled first quarter
Continues.
is going to get added on. Added on to with the delay a game there.
It looks like the Bulls are going to start out with even better field position than they had the last 2 drives. The special teams game is being dominated.
The punt is clean. It's short. And it's going to take a slow bounce and slowly roll its way down to the 41-yard line, 42-yard line. The Wolves are going to take over again with great field position. So they just barely missed out on a touchdown there. Get stopped short on 4th and very short and close to the end zone. And they also barely miss wide open man, middle of the field, Connor was streaking wide open.
And one thing I've really noticed with these 2 teams that the defensive lines, the trenches, are really, really important so far. They have been ruling this game. Neither team really being able to rush the ball at all so far.
Yeah, running the ball is a very important part of offense. So with a big defensive line, you can stuff that and make it much harder to operate. Here's the snap. Handoff. Up the middle, and speaking of running game, Ryan Craddy is going to pick up 8 yards there and make it 2nd and manageable for the Wolves.
And a great hole opened up by Ronnie Brouch and Jack McConnell, your center and your left guard, and just opened up and let Craddy get that big gain. And now that can open up your play action game or quick pass game.
Yeah, you start doing damage with the run. Makes it much easier to throw the ball, which the Wolves really haven't struggled with anyways, as the clock is ticking down here. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter from Desert Mountain High. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Varsity Sports Show. We will be right back.
Hey fans, Vince DeLisio from the Varsity Sports Show. Whether you're running a business, protecting your home, or planning for the future, Hub International is your trusted independent insurance broker. They team up with top carriers like auto owners to deliver tailored coverage that fits your unique needs. From commercial and personal insurance to employee benefits and wealth management, Hub's got you covered. Visit Hub International and Auto Owners, where your goals meet our game plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer. I'm here with Niall Rosenberg.
I don't mind that last name, honestly. Robertson, I think it kind of fits.
It would work. Flows. Second and short here. He finds a man. Garduno quickly coming out of the break there. So immediately Kai Chen gets open and picks up a first down for the Wolves.
The SaberCat linebackers really bit on the play action. That's what comes from getting that run game going. Nice run from Craddy, and now it can open up that short passing game, and Chen was the lucky receiver to receive that pass.
So 1st and 10 here for the Wolves, once again marching towards that Saguaro end zone. 5 seconds in and a first down for the Wolves.
I love how they're scheming their guys open.
Snap is clean. It's a handoff to Craddy, who finds a hole, and he's got some speed upended near the 10-yard line. So the Wolves wasting no time here to start the second quarter.
It's a beautiful play call. Craddy knew exactly where the hole to hit. They had two guys coming off the right-hand side on a blitz, and it just completely opened up that left-hand side for the run.
So like we were saying, the play action is going to work here. Have the SaberCats defense mixed up, thinking run, and they pass, thinking pass, and they run. The Wolves knocking at the door again. Here's first down. Garduno sends a man in motion. Drops back. He's got some pressure. Evades, and he's taken down for a huge loss by number 8. Jaden Wiseman for the SaberCats.
We called him out pregame as the receiver to watch it. He just makes a huge play defensively. It was Braden Strom, the defensive end, to get in there first, and Wiseman just capitalized on the pressure. Garduno, a little bit of mix up there. After the first guy gets in the backfield, you just have to get rid of the ball somehow.
Yeah, he holds on to it there, tries to evade, tries to make a play, and it does not work out, and that sets the Wolves back for second and a very long.
You don't all have to get it back in just this one play. You can do something short.
Looks like we got to delay a game here by the Wolves. So the Wolves scrambling after a very hot start to this second quarter, 2nd and 28.
And I like what I'm seeing, the change in running backs between Connor and Craddy. It's giving two different looks. It allows you to run two different things on offense, and it's just those little switches that can confuse a defense.
Here's the little shovel pass, almost wrapped up by Wiseman again. Number 19 makes a couple men miss. And is wrapped up after a nice game, and a flag goes flying near the pile.
I think he was aiming for the moon with that flag.
He launched that.
But we talked about Wiseman again using his large size. I mean, 6'3", 185, just right there for the last two plays, and he's flying.
Yeah, he's hard to stop coming off the edge. Kai Shen.
Saguaro, first one.
See that?
So the Wolves getting ready here on second down. This student section for the Wolves is absolutely packed.
I don't think there's a clear a space there for anybody right now. They got launching stuff in the crowd. They have signs. They have chants. I mean, they're invested. And the SaberCats on their side traveling, they have a good one too.
So standing room only here at Desert Mountain. Garduno with the screen. It's tipped, but it still gets to Craddy as he's got a huge play, and he's going to be really close to making back all those yards
there was
that the Wolves lost.
Nobody for 10 to 15 yards from the SaberCats. Craddy's had a free left-hand side. Again, just a brilliant play call. They're playing this defense well. They load up that right-hand side of the box, and they just go left.
Some really good play calling here from Conrad Hamilton, the head coach of the Wolves. Nice screen play, counters the pressure a little bit that we saw Garduno facing, and they're going to go for it here on 4th and short near the end zone. The timeout is going to be taken.
A little bit talking over. It's a big play here. They can take the lead. Last time they tried with the quarterback rush, they couldn't get it. Their guys, they couldn't get the push needed on the defensive line. And with a 4th and 2 situation here, it's either got to be your play action and a quick pass, or you got to get it. You got to get it out if you're Garduno. You cannot hold on to the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. The play calling on this drive has been perfect outside of one bad play and succumbing to the pressure there from Saguaro.
Looks like they're kicking it. I think they're going to take their points.
Well, they're going to switch it up here. They've tried it a couple times, so the kicker, number 30 for the Wolves, Cohen Bradley, is going to march out there. Hudson Kadig is going to be the holder, the punter.
I mean, take your points, right? I mean, your defense has shut down the SaberCats offense, so might as well.
I agree that defensively the Wolves have been great. So go ahead, get some points, get away with it, and get the ball back on offense. Here's the kick. And he absolutely drills it. Cohen Bradley gets the lights flashing here at Desert Mountain. The student section going crazy over there with the fog machine and the confetti.
Yeah, I'm almost certain Bradley tried to kick it all the way over to Saguaro High School. So
That one might have been good from 30,
yeah,
40.
certainly.
8 minutes, 54 seconds left here in Desert Mountain High. My name is Dane Palmer with Niall, with Niall Rosenberg.
And I really enjoyed what I saw on that drive from the Wolves. Obviously, they couldn't get it to convert because of the penalties and because of because of the mess up by Cardunio. But that's stuff that can be fixed over the course of just a single game. But they are scheming their guys open. They're scheming their guys in the open field, and they're getting their offensive linemen on the move. And
Yes.
they've been super athletic.
Yeah, so far that's been the only real big mistake by the Wolves is a pretty bad sack while they were close to the end zone. I'm going to go ahead and get some interference from the referee here.
He's got to make himself seen.
Get everybody lined up, of course. So Bradley, after making the field goal, here's the kickoff. Deep down to the goal line, hauled in by number 12. He's going to run to the right side. He's got a little bit of a gap, but he's met. And he bounces around the outside. He's still going. He's getting chased down, tangled up, and wrapped up. And finally downed near their own 10-yard line once again.
Elijah Jackson just trying to do way too much on that play. He was up past the 20, and he loses about 6 yards running backwards. I don't know how he got out of all those Wolves defenders, but he turned around and he kind of cost his team, again, difficult field position inside the 15 for the fourth straight time.
Fourth straight time that Saguaro has had to start a drive from behind their own 15-yard line. It makes it really difficult to operate as an offense. You don't have a ton of options if you can't get ahead of schedule here on first down and make a nice gain, make it second and short, then you start to run out of options quick.
It can be frustrating.
Jones sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, and he's got him. Number 27, he's going to be met quickly, but he gets up there close to the 20.
The freshman once again, KJ Nidiran. And we saw something we didn't see last drive. I mean, I know they were backed up in their own 5, but getting the ball out fast. Marcel Jones, we've only seen the one design QB run so far. I think got to use his legs. He's been able to escape defenders, so use his size, use his speed to get something going.
Snap is clean. He's going deep here for Procopio, and it's tipped away. Almost intercepted by number 1 of the Wolves, Braylon Wilkerson.
So that was almost a great interception, but Procopio used his body, basically played a DB on that play and broke it up. And after the ball jumped out of Wilkerson's hands, Procopio had a chance to catch it, but unfortunately unable to do so. And Marcel Jones' last couple throws he's really wanting to hit that home run ball.
Yeah, so he's been going deep lately. Here's 3rd and 7 here for the SaberCats. The screen pass. He finds his man, number 2, the running back. Makes a couple men miss and picks up big yards for Saguaro.
Yeah, Ty Strozer, just easy play. We saw what it worked for Craddy on the other side for the Wolves, and Strozer takes that. And again, with these screens, there's only 1 or 2 defenders on that side, so they've been beautifully schemed so far.
Another nice screen pass. The SaberCats going quick here. They hand it off straight up the gut, wrapped up quickly by a group of Wolves.
Yeah, Musta Guzman right in there, as well as number 15, Christian McComber, and try to catch him quickly, try to get something going, and Wolves were ready.
So the SaberCats will try it again here on 2nd and 8. Trips left. Shotgun formation for Jones. So we have whistles coming from the field. Substitution here.
Yeah, it looks like the ref sent off Brody Morrison for whatever reason. Potentially his helmet came off or something wrong with his equipment.
So we'll try this again here. 2nd and 8 for the SaberCats. Jones awaits the snap. Pressure coming up the middle. Jones drops back, and he overthrows his man near the 50.
Great pressure by Christian McComber. Goes right down the middle, right past the center, And thankfully, Strozer bought him just a second of time, or McCumber looked like he was shot out of a cannon going for Marcel Jones.
Yeah, Wolves had a screamer there. So 3rd and 8 here for the SaberCats. This has been their best drive so far. We'll see if they can keep it going. Jones drops back, finds a man, number 3. There he is. Quentin Sims makes a nice grab there and makes it 4th and short.
We talked about one Solomon, and then now Kaika Solomon makes the great open field tackle, causing the 4th down, and just another drive ender for the SaberCats.
SaberCats bring the punt team out once again, 4th straight time tonight. Some bright spots there, though, from the SaberCats.
I really liked getting the ball out fast to Scherzer and some of the lanes that these offensive linemen have been delivering.
So timeout taken by the SaberCats. Offensively there by Saguaro. What were we seeing?
We saw some outside, getting the ball out fast, getting the ball out to the sides, and I like what Marcel Jones has been doing so far.
So we're going to go ahead and take a break here. 6 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half. Wolves up 3-0.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. I am Dane Palmer here with Niall Rosenberg. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Wolves up 3-0 here at Desert Mountain.
Switching these punt returners now, it's back to Ryan McDonough, who did the first one, and then they switched over to Heisenjager with the other two, and just different looks. That's something that Desert Mountain's really shown on the offensive side of the ball, just different looks every time.
A nice punt there from Saguaro. Going to roll out of bounds at the 25-yard line, so the Wolves can thank their defense for keeping that offense on the field.
This is the farthest back the Wolves have started all day. I mean, they're normally starting on their own 40, near the 50, or in the SaberCats side of the field. So we'll see what happens when they're backed up and they're deep in their own side.
Number one. During the kick, holding.
We've got a penalty
Offense.
call here.
10 yards from the end of the kick, first down.
On the Wolves. So that's going to back the Wolves up 10 yards.
Yeah, Braylon Wilkerson on the penalty there. And now did they switch roles? The Wolves become the SaberCats with the starting field position. And we'll see what this offense can do.
We shall see. Like we said, operating an offense from deep in your own side of the field is pretty difficult. But so far, the Wolves have been almost perfect.
Just need to figure out how to execute and finish off their plays. Because they've gotten down inside the 5. It's about converting that into points.
So Garduno's going to come out again and lead the Wolves on 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. The shotgun snap. Garduno's going to roll out to his right, play action, and it's intercepted by number 3, and he's going to go all the way in. Pick 6 for the SaberCats.
Quentin Sims reads the eyes perfectly. Garduno had a man open behind Sims, but Sims jumped the route, jumped the underneath, and read it perfectly, and the SaberCats quickly turned defense into offense.
So Quentin Sims with the lurk right there. What a play. If you can't get it done on offense, I guess you can get it done on defense for Saguaro.
And if you're Marcel Jones on the offensive side, you're saying thank you, thank you, thank you. That was just a beautifully delivered play by Quentin Sims, and now it's on the Wolves to respond. The Wolves have been all over him so far, and that just changed with that one play.
So Quentin Sims, the receiver, makes a play on defense. I guess there is a benefit to having guys go both ways. You get somebody with hands and moves like Quentin Sims making interceptions. Here's the extra point. Hold is clean, and the extra point is good. So after a rough first half, the Cats go down and score on defense. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and throw it down to Ava, our sideline reporter.
I'm Ava Lambatis with Varsity Sports Show, and we just got our first touchdown of the game. It was a huge interception by number 3, Quentin Sims. And we're back at you.
All right, thank you, Ava. So 6 minutes remaining here. SaberCats scored quickly on defense there. Wolves bringing the huddle together. Getting ready to return the kick. Here's the instant replay from the Varsity Sports Show. Quinn Sims jumps the route, makes a man miss, and walks into the end zone. Huge play right there. Totally changed the environment of this game.
And it's also just a testament to the size they have in that DB room. Quentin Sims at 6'3", Choice Price at 6'1". You have Tristan Armstrong at 6'1". You have Kydell Stone at 6'3". So they are just making plays with their size, utilizing and again, like I talked about before, just reading the eyes of Carduno. He stared at one receiver that entire time, and it just kind of made it easy for Sims.
So what started to look like the Wolves might run away with this one. They might get ahead, get up by 3. Defense making great plays, making huge stops on the Saguaro offense and Marcel Jones. Looked like the Wolves might start to run away with it. SaberCats said no and bring it right back. SaberCats on top 7-3, 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Back to return. It's going to be a good kick right at the goal line. It's going to be brought out up the right sideline, and he's got some room. Quentin Sims still on the field making plays and pushes him out near the 35-yard line.
It looks to be a flag on the field. I believe it'll be a face mask on Quentin Sims when Connor's run to the right-hand side. We'll have to see what they say, but it looked very much as if Connor got his head turned.
So couldn't quite get a hold of the runner. Hands got up, got into the face mask a little bit as the referees looked like they were going to be talking it over.
If that's the case, it'll really help the field position so far.
Yeah, it's been a stop-and-go game here tonight.
The refs have really been involved. There's been a lot of penalties so far in this first half. Kind of want to see it cleaned up, especially if you're the SaberCats. They've been killers on their own side.
So SaberCats playing with a lead now. Up by 4, 7-3 here. Just under 6 minutes in the first half remaining. Wolves are huddled on the sideline.
Offense.
We've got a holding penalty
Personal
on
foul.
the return.
Face mask.
Followed
Defense.
by a face mask on the defense.
They offset. We're going to
Penalties are
re-kick.
Offset, and they will re-kick the kickoff.
Wow.
A lot going on there. All the conversations and meetings make sense now. I'm not sure I would have known what to do with that one.
No, definitely not. And it gives another chance for the SaberCats. They just read exactly what Connor did the first time. So now if the kick does go back to him, he's going to have to do something else.
Yeah, Connor going back there to return again. Gives the SaberCats another chance, too, to pin the Wolves deep. Didn't do a very good job that first time. Gave up some room, gave up some yards there to Connor.
Especially with Connor going backwards to grab that ball. He had to catch it almost over his shoulder, turn around, and then start running. And he was still able to get 25, 27 yards.
Yeah, so the SaberCats are going to have to do a better job here on this kick of containing Easton Connor. So we'll do it again. I feel like I've said that a few times tonight, but we'll do it again. Here's the kickoff. It's another good kick. Back to Connor again in the corner of the end zone, and he muffs it as it goes back into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
That's better from the SaberCats. You want to be backed up. You back them up more than with the penalties, and hey, you know, maybe the face mask helped you a little bit there.
So the SaberCats special teams unit is turning it on now. They've made some good plays, nailed the extra point. Couple of big kickoffs there that started the ball deep for the Wolves. This one's going to get through the end zone and start the Wolves on the 20, a much better spot than the original kickoff return if you are a SaberCats fan.
As been highlighted earlier, continuing to back them up after they begin good field position. Last time it happened, the interception.
So here come the Wolves on first down, sending a man in motion. Garduno hands it off. The running back is going to be swallowed up quickly.
Not much room for Craddy right up the middle. Again, the trenches for the SaberCats have been strong.
So Craddy gets 2 yards there on first down. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Wolves.
Still trying to figure out if this might be the drive where they try and take a shot. They took the shot earlier to Connor, didn't end up happening, but they've been really strong with the short game. And as they're loading up this box, they have almost 8 people down. They're playing one safety high.
Yeah, you got a 1 high safety look here for the SaberCats.
And Tristan is coming back down now, so 2.
Garduno sending a man in motion. He's got some pressure. What a throw to get it out to the freshman, number 80.
Eisenjager makes that play look easy, but Garduno, I mean, what
That was a great
throw.
throw.
He had the man in his face. Number 11, Braden Strom, again in the backfield, and it looked almost like a sidearm under Strom's left arm to be able to get it out to the freshman.
Yeah, he had no view of the receiver right there. That was just a faith throw.
And it works out here. Now it's 3rd and short, and you can get something going.
So 3rd and 1 here for the Wolves. Sending another man in motion. We've got a timeout being taken. By the Wolves. That is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
And that might be bigger than we think, because there's still 5 minutes left on the clock. If they march down, or let's say they don't pick this up, that's 5 minutes left where potentially if they got a 3 and out, then they don't have any timeouts to stop the clock later on if they want to add on points before the half.
Yep, they're going to have to work quickly here and try to get that lead back. I think as they get down the field, if they do put together a nice drive here, we could see the SaberCats start calling timeouts. Start trying to save that clock.
Definitely.
See if you can get something to work on offense and the half on a good note.
And again, it might not also be that big of a deal if you're the Wolves. The SaberCats haven't really done much on offense, so if they can put faith in themselves controlling this clock as they've done so far, we'll see what can happen.
So on 3rd and short, the Wolves are going to go. Send a man in motion. Garduno ready for the snap. Rolls out to his left. Immediately finds the freshman once again who makes a man miss. And picks up the first down and a bunch more.
Eisenjager again. I think we've said his name maybe 5-6 times now on the receiving end. And it seems to be the number one receiver for Garduno.
Absolutely. We talked about how they were mixing it up nicely earlier this game. Garduno finding his man now. Pulls the handoff there. Makes it out there to number 19, who's going to get out of bounds after picking up close to 7 yards there.
Kai Chen on the right-hand side. I'm not quite sure what the flag is. It might be holding. There was a lot of grabbing on Braden Strom on the left-hand side of that defensive line.
So penalty marker is down. You can change the result of the nice gain there by Kai Chen. Referees talking it over again. They've been busy tonight.
Yeah, and another stop of the clock. So I wouldn't, if you're the Wolves and you get another first down or 2, you might want to start trying to even wind down that clock a little bit more. Make it to where the SaberCats, if they potentially could get something going, they don't have the time for it.
So while we wait, talk about the Wolves offense a little bit. They started hot as they're going to wave the flag off, which brings up 2nd down. They started off hot, and then a huge mistake right there. Quinn Sims makes a play
it's all about just letting those mistakes go, right? It's all about just okay, that play happened. All right, let's go back down. Let's give it right back to it. Let's get stuff going and just ignore what's happened in the past. The past is the past. The offense is still moving the ball well, and for most of the game, the Wolves have been better.
Yeah, since then, we've seen nothing but short passes for Garduno. Here's another one. Finds Craddy, maneuvering his way through the defense and makes it all the way to the Saguaro 40.
The running back screens have really been working so far for these two sides. We had the one from Craddy down the left-hand sideline the two previous drives ago to get them inside the 10, and now with this one, it gets to the right-hand side, and one worked for the SaberCats earlier as well. So it's getting the ball out quick and making it easy like we saw with the first couple drives.
Yeah, the Wolves have been feeling the pressure from the Saguaro defense. Decided to throw a screen in there, counter that, and it works out. It pays off. 1st and 10 here. The Wolves making a march.
Connor comes back in for Craddy. Craddy seems to be a little gassed after that play.
Speaking of the man, Connor, he's going to be wrapped up right at the line. Loses maybe a yard. We have a flag.
Jaden Wiseman got in the backfield.
Illegal formation, 5 in the backfield.
Illegal formation by the Wolves, 5 in the backfield.
Even with the 5 in the backfield, your DB on the right-hand side gets in there and gets Connor fast. And so these DBs have been all over the place right now for the last couple drives for the SaberCats.
Yeah, defensively, we talked about it at the start of the game. SaberCats didn't seem like they had a great defense going into this one, but so far they've proved us wrong. They've made a lot of great stops. That bend, don't break mentality. Garduno sends a man out to the left, and the pass is caught by Chen. Gets close to the original line of scrimmage.
Delano Sanguine all over Chen on that play. It's a great catch to be able to get him back to the original marker.
Garduno here. Going to lead the Wolves, make a final push here, close to that 2-minute drill mentality. 2nd and 11 for Desert Mountain.
One thing for Garduno though on this play is that on multiple plays that he's finding his first guy and just letting it go. The SaberCats might pick up on that in the future.
So here's the snap, pulls the handoff. Garduno's going to do it himself, stiff arming his way for close to a 1st down. I feel like I've said it a handful of times tonight, but another close 3rd down for the Wolves.
Garduno, he had the man coming around to his left, but he decided to take it himself and almost ran over Jaden Wiseman for the first, but so it's close.
So 3rd and 2 here for the Wolves. They've got some options. We've seen them get stuffed on 4th down before. So this is a huge down here for both sides. Garduno sends a man in motion. He's looking left, and he's got him. Number 9 for the Wolves. Going to be wrapped up, taken down close to the 20. And he's going to hustle back.
The tight end, Davian Whitener, 6'3", 215. They're using their big guys just as Procopio's being used on the other side of the field. And, just, again, another brilliant play call for these short yardage situations.
Yeah, he was wide open there, had nobody around him. So another nice 1st down by the Wolves. And they're getting closer and closer to that end zone.
A referee timeout while we fix the chains.
As the chain gang is going to get caught up here.
And this is actually a big call right here for the officials because, it's under 2 minutes right now left on the clock. And being able to stop the clock while it was rolling, getting at 140, they can situate themselves a little bit better, get the play call in. And this is huge for the Wolves.
Yeah, so the referees are going to take their own time, send both teams to the sidelines, into the huddles. Get some hydration. I know it's hot out here in the stands.
No, we're both sweating right now. Yeah. It's not a cool one, as it never really is here.
It never really is here, at least in this time of year, but can't complain. Better than being cold, I think.
I think another short pass here and potentially getting something fast like a spike or getting something out of bounds. Be able to set your offense up better. You have 1st and 10 with 1:40 on the clock.
Yeah, they have time to work with here. We saw it at the beginning of the drive. Kai Chen caught a pass and immediately sprinted for the sideline. Garduno hands it off. Connor's ripped down.
I mean, that's
Looked like it could have been a face mask, but he was tackled quickly there.
it's Tyler McRae again. He has been such a fantastic run defender so far tonight. I mean, just using his big size right up the middle. And Connor is really struggling to get stuff going.
Yeah, that front four for Saguaro have been putting in work so far. DBs have been putting in work for Saguaro. Here's 2nd and 10. Drops back, looking out left, finds a man. Connor running a man over, gets it down inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal for Desert Mountain.
His ability to make the first guy miss and be able to pick up that first down. And now it's under 40 seconds left right now.
Clock is ticking for the Wolves, and the referees are going to take their own time.
Injury in the end zone, unfortunately, but that stops the clock right now. 29 seconds. I think they should put a couple back
clock
on.
was still running there, so they're going to add a couple seconds back to that. But yeah, we got ourselves a timeout here. So what's been working so far for the Wolves on this drive?
It's been the short pass game, as it's been for a majority of the night. And Garduno, yes, he's been staring his first guys down, but majority of the time they're schemed wide open. They're schemed for be able to for him to make the play. And right now, at the end, it's the execution. Talked about it before.
Sideline warning.
Yeah, so we saw what happened when Garduno decided to kind of let it go a little bit and go a little deeper. Didn't work out. I think that's a credit to the SaberCats defense as well. Might make it a little easier for them to decide, you know what, yeah, we're just going to go with a screen pass here, a quick out route here, a quick under here, maybe a nice shovel pass here.
I think the shovel pass could be a big play here. Just have to make sure your edges are sealed, and we've seen a lot of pre-snap motion on the side of the Wolves, so something's got to give here, and this is where Garduno really needs to focus and find his man.
Yeah, we've seen that sneaky shovel pass a time or two so far, so we'll see if they bust it out here on 1st and goal.
Mizan is back in here, as it seems to be another stoppage. The refs are talking to the sidelines.
Garduno's talking it over with his coach here on the sideline. He's going to make his way back over to the offense. Trips left for the Wolves, setting up here in the red zone.
And there's a big size matchup on the right-hand side of the field. You have Whitener matched up against number 6, Sanguine.
So we'll see where they go here. The Wolves getting ready for 1st and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line, 29 seconds left in the quarter. Clock is running. We've got some conversation here between the referees and the Wolves sideline.
I mean, they just ran the clock all the way down to 19 seconds. It was at 29, and so it seems they're trying to communicate to add more time back on the clock.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Everybody turned around right there for a second and started pointing at us and flashing numbers at us. So 19 seconds on the clock right now. Head referee is still talking it over with the Wolves sideline.
And with that size advantage on the right-hand side of the field, Whitener 6'3", 215 against Sanguine, who's 6'1", 175. So if you want to try and do a size matchup, get it out fast. It is 1st and 10. You can get something going.
Yeah, throw a nice fade over there to Whitener. See if he can make a play. And it looks like we've got the clock fixed now, all the way up 38 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Offense and defense out there, jumping around, stretching out, trying to stay warm after the delay, but here we go. 1st and goal here for the Wolves. Looking right, there's Whitener, and it's just over his head.
Yeah, threw it a little bit too far outside the end zone. Whitener had the space, had the separation. They were looking for that matchup. They liked the size matchup, just unable to convert.
So it looks like they lined up in man and then backed off. And Whitener had the corner of the end zone all to himself.
It's the second big throw Carduno's missed so far. Could be a little bit of nerves, could be a little jitters, and he just needs to settle down and get the ball out efficiently.
Yeah, he's been a lead on these short routes. He has not really had bad placement at all. So we'll see what they draw up here on 2nd and goal. Garduno takes a snap looking right to Whitener again. Same idea there, sending Whitener on a fade to the corner of the end zone. Pass is incomplete. We had some whistles there
3rd and goal for the Wolves.
before the play really came to fruition. Not quite sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
A lot of stoppages so far tonight. It's been a stop and go game.
I really like what they're trying to do. It's just about execution. I think it is a
So timeout taken by Saguaro.
and
I'm out Sabercats.
trying to find the size matchups. Now you've done it twice, so now the Sabercats know what to expect. And with that, they might actually be able to open up something over the middle if they have to send a linebacker over there or send a safety over to that side to help.
Yeah, they're going to need somebody to help out over there on Whitener. He's a big target, very easy to find in the end zone. Obviously, we saw just barely miss there on 1st down. So we'll see what they set up here. I don't know. Should be 2nd and goal still.
And you have 2 shots at the end zone here, and you could take your field goal, make it the 1-point game. But if you're Carduno, you need to be efficient. Don't force it anywhere to where the Sabercats can take advantage.
So got to be thinking pass here for the Wolves with 24 seconds left. Garduno, backfield all to himself. Sends a man in motion. Sends another one in motion. Takes the snap, looking left. Doesn't have him, looks right. And it's tipped away, almost intercepted by number 5 of Saguaro.
Yeah, Kydell Stone right there. Almost brought that. He would have had the full length of the field to himself. Kydell Stone, the 3-star prospect, committed to the University of Hawaii, and he was looking left, didn't have his 2 reads on that side. Tried to get to the check down to his running back Connor, and Kydell, man, he was right there for another interception.
Yeah, that was a great defensive rep right there by Kydell Stone. By the entire defense, really, they did a nice job covering that quick, flat out route that they've run a few times on this drive. That's had a lot of success. Garduno sends a man out of the backfield. Connor on the left side looking, pump faking, and caught in the back of the end zone. Garduno floated it out there. Number 19, Kai Chen, hauled it in.
I mean, he just kind of like a touch, almost a free throw to the back of the end zone. Chen went up and got it with a man in his face. And just like that, the Wolves have the lead.
Some great concentration there by Kai Chen, hauled it in and took a hit. But he got it right in the back of the end zone, jumped up there, got 2 feet down in the end zone, secured it. And so the Wolves finally score against the Saguaro defense. As of now, 9-7.
That's got to be a big sigh of relief for the Wolves. I mean, 3 drives inside of that 10 only came out with 3 points. Or sorry, the 2 drives only came out with 3 points. This 3rd drive finally got it through. And now they can take that lead with 14 seconds left.
Wolves nail the extra point. Make it 10-7. We've got an instant replay here on the Varsity Sports Show. Garduno looked left and just floated it over the middle right there. Chen hauled it in, took a big hit from number 8 of the Sabercats, Jaden Wiseman, who we've talked about a few times.
Yeah, that's a 6'3", 195 DB, smacking that 5'10", 170 receiver. So Chen's ability to hang on to the ball as he's walking at the bottom of the sideline. Everybody's congratulating him and on a great play. And I think it was just a matter of time before the Wolves finally got in the end zone.
Yeah, and absolutely. We saw that one drive get stopped pretty quickly with the interception. And they finally cash in on 3rd and goal. So a stop and go last 3-4 minutes of the first half. Wolves 10, Saguaro, Sabercats 7. Here's the kick. It's a little squib kick. It's going to get through the legs of a Sabercat, and then it's picked up by number 12. Runs to the left, and he's tackled quickly by a pack of Wolves.
Elijah Jackson unable to get anything going again on these returns. The Wolves are everywhere. They are making sure No mistakes on special teams, which is just makes your head coach that much happier.
Yeah, one less thing to worry about. Like they say, there's 3 phases in football. There's your offense, there's your defense, and there's your special teams. You can't forget about that. As the SaberCats once again are going to start a drive on the 15-yard line.
I feel like you could just
Deja,
write it down already.
yeah. Pretty sure I've said that for every drive so far, at least inside the 15. Here's the snap, handed off. Running back for the SaberCats.
Number 2, Ty Strozer on the
Strozer dragged down quickly, and that's going to be the end of the first half. From Desert Mountain High, the Wolves cash in at the end of the first half, making it 10-7. Wolves on top. So far, highlight player, who do you got?
I think for me, honestly, on the side of the Wolves, it's got to be Carduno. He's been pretty efficient. He did have the one bad interception. Other than that, he's been very strong.
So we're going to go ahead and throw it to break here on the Varsity Sports Show. We will be back after this.
Halftime of the Notre Dame Prep versus Yuma Catholic game. So it feels like a great time to preview what these teams have coming up this season, see how they can do, what's most important to them coming up here. So when it comes to the Notre Dame Prep Saints, they're coming off a bit of a rough season last year, right? 5-6, lost in the first round of the 5A AIA State Football Championships to Verado. So a little bit of a tough season, and they're gonna have to go throughout this season with some new faces at really important positions as well. And that includes quarterback Dylan Rardin, that includes running back Jason Sanis, that includes cornerback JJ Francis, and wide receiver Cooper Perry, who hauled in 17 touchdowns last year alone. They will hope to have a great year this year behind junior quarterback Luke Jacobs, who threw 7 touchdowns last season. And Notre Dame has not had a winning season since 2022-23, so head coach George Praylock will try to lead his team to new heights this season to see where they can go and see if they can bounce back from last year. When it comes to the other side now of Yuma Catholic is coming off a great season where they finished 11-2, making it all the way to the semifinals of the 4A AIA State Football Championships before losing to Mika Mountain. Yuma Catholic is led by first-year head coach Vernon Smith and senior quarterback Nash Ott, who threw 35 touchdown passes last year alone. They also returned junior running back Benton Beck, as well as senior free safety David Haynes, who led the team in interceptions. The passing attack will be loaded once again, and this is a huge, huge opportunity for Yuma Catholic to go on the road and get a win in this very game against 5A Notre Dame Prep. I'm Matthew McCord, Varsity Sports Show.
Hello all, my name is Jacob Noldy. I'm currently a student at ASU as well as an intern here at the Varsity Sports Show. And today's segment we're going to be discussing ASU football as they look forward to taking on NAU this Saturday, August 30th, and are looking to bounce back after last season's tough quarterfinal loss against Texas and build the road ultimately to get back to the national championship. The Sun Devils are coming off an historic season, winning the Big 12 title against Iowa State in blowout fashion, but ultimately losing in the college football playoff quarterfinal against Texas in an all-time matchup that really showed the country what the Sun Devils are capable of. ASU comes to this season with a revenge tour in mind as they come into this preseason ranked number 11 on the AP poll, their highest preseason rank since 1998, where they were ranked number 8 going into the season. ASU comes into the season with arguably one of the top quarterback receiver duos in the nation in Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson. Leavitt, who is a sophomore, is coming off an amazing freshman season with the Sun Devils, really proving to those here in Arizona and across the country that he is QB1 for his team and could lead a national championship offense as he had 24 touchdowns last season with only 6 interceptions to go with it. Tyson, who was coming off an 1,100-yard receiving yard season last season, is looking to become and showcase why he is one of the top receivers in the nation. The entire Sun Devil squad would not be here without the addition of head coach Kenny Dillingham, who really transformed the squad for the better both on and off the field, leading to the program's revival. This season, ASU is only scheduled as preseason ranking to go against 2 ranked opponents in Iowa State and Texas Tech. and the rest of the Big 12 being unranked really gives ASU the opportunity to get their business done and be ready when December time comes. ASU will kick off this weekend at home against NAU in a game which they are huge favorites and expect to provide lots of fireworks to kick off the season. Some of the things to watch for in this game is how Levy will perform coming off his impressive season. Will he replicate his success? Will he do better? How will he fare in his sophomore season? The Sun Devil defense is also something to watch, as his defense really kicked into another gear towards the end of last season and is going to need to be on its A game for its high-power offense. And once again, for Varsity Sports Show reporting here, I'm Jacob Nolde.
I'm Ethan Troll of the Varsity Sports Show. ASU football has been the big talk for Arizona sports recently. Let's take a look at their Week 1 matchup. Ranked number 11 in the college football preseason polls, the ASU Sun Devils will be hosting the NAU Lumberjacks on Saturday, August 30th at Mountain America Stadium. The Sun Devils are 28.5-point favorites to take the win. Last season, ASU went 11-3 after being projected to finish last in the Big 12 Conference. They went 7-2 against Big 12 opponents and beat Iowa State in the Big 12 Championship. They unfortunately lost to the Texas Longhorns in a classic matchup in the Peach Bowl, going into double overtime but losing 39-31. With the loss of running back Cam Scatterbo to the Giants in the NFL Draft, the offense will now lean more into the passing direction with Heisman candidate and college football top 10 quarterback Sam Leavitt under center. NAU is ranked number 19 in the FCS polls. Last season, they finished 8-5, making a playoff appearance for the first time since 2017. They went undefeated at home as well. With junior quarterback and Big Sky Newcomer of the Year Ty Pennington and head coach Brian Wright back for another season, NAU is hoping to repeat last season's success, starting with a potentially massive upset. Both of these Arizona football programs are on the rise and made a name for themselves last season. We'll see who gets the win on Saturday at Mountain America Stadium. From the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Ethan Troll reporting.
Here at the Varsity Sports Show, we're always keeping our ears to the ground for the next big development in the worlds of football, baseball, basketball, and every sport in between. But what about disc golf? Hello, my name is Chase Kelm, and I'm one of the technical directors over here at the Varsity Sports Show. And this last week took place the 2025 PDGA Amateur World Championships, where the best up-and-coming disc golfers battled it out in their biggest tournament of the year. For the ladies, Therese Cuevas eked out the win over Peyton Kohut after a 3-hole playoff to determine the winner. Although for Peyton, her best moment of the week came on hole 12 of the final round when she did this.
Gotta worry about the ceiling a little bit. That was a little high, but this is looking great.
It's great. Count it. Mark it one.
In the men's division, Hayden Carroll held on to his lead for 4 days, beating RJ Cherkis by 1 stroke.
Let's go!
Some other highlights of the week include this James Collier near miss for eagle on the very first hole of the tournament.
Kind of a good play, right? Like, you let some other people get out of the gate pretty quick.
James lines this up perfect.
Oh, whoa.
This near miss from Carson Byram.
Yourself at the bottom of the hill, it is kind of, it's really not impossible to work yourself back up.
Oh. Or this nice putt through the trees from RJ Cherkis.
Yes, dude.
The tournament also saw some local talent take to the course in ASU's Henry Mayos finishing in a tie for 49th, Braden Neff out of Queen Creek finishing 46th, and Logan Larson from Tempe finishing tied for 68th. With the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Chase Kelm, signing off for now.
Hello folks, J.R. Lambright here, coming to you from the heart of East Texas, where the story of high school football isn't just about touchdowns and tackles. It's about a different kind of scoreboard, one that measures the community's heart. As the years rolled, something more than a sport was being built under those Friday night lights. Generations gathered. The roar of the crowd was a shared language, and the bonds forged on the field were as strong as the pines that surrounded it. In a nationwide era of profound change, East Texas was no exception. Teams embodied a testament to that change with players and coaches navigating the challenges of integration. the courage of those who took to the field together, of those who broke barriers and built new bonds, solidified into part of the sport's legacy. Because here, in this little corner of the planet, we learned that a team's true character isn't just measured by its wins, but by its grit, its unity, and the spirit it leaves behind.
Today I want to talk about the Arizona State Sun Devils, their football schedule for the 2025 season, and also how their offense will look with no Cam Scadaboo in the backfield. Firstly, I want to talk about this guy right here, Kanye Udoh. I think he's one of the more underrated transfer portal ads in the country. Last year, he had about 1,100 yards on 179 carries at Army. He also added 10 touchdowns. On3 College Football Rankings has him as a 4-star prospect. He's also the number 38 ranked running back in the country. So having him is going to allow Arizona State to still run the football effectively, especially with their experienced offensive line. Real quick, before I hop into the schedule, I also want to add that Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson, having those two guys, is going to be huge for this offense. Sam Leavitt is the number 2 overall quarterback per PFF. Jordan Tyson is the number 3 overall wide receiver per PFF. Both are ranked number 1 in the Big 12 at their respective positions. And now looking at this schedule, I firmly believe that Arizona State will start the year 3-0, although it won't be super easy, going on the road to an SEC school at Mississippi State, also hosting Northern Arizona to start the year. Northern Arizona, although they are an FCS school, is no slouch. They're the number 18 preseason coaches poll ranked school in the FCS. And Texas State, known to give big programs fits. Moving on to these next 3 games here, I do think this will be a tough stretch for Arizona State. Although I see them winning all 3 games, I don't think it's going to be easy at it by any means. Traveling on the road to Utah will definitely be one of the toughest games of the year for the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, if I'm Kenny Dillingham, this is the game that I have circled on my calendar. Big red marker versus Texas Tech at home. This is, I think, a game where you can prove that you are going to go back-to-back, start the year 7-0, win the Big 12 again, and find yourself back in the college football playoff. I think they are going to get a win at home.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Varsity Sports Show. My name is Rodolfo Gomez, reporting you from Sacramento, California, about the new ABS system that is being currently implemented in the big leagues.
A major development approaches that could reshape how the game is officiated. Automatic ball-to-strike system, a technology designed to assist umpires in making more precise calls at the plate. Both hitters and pitchers are given the opportunity to challenge a call they believe was made incorrectly. The concept was first introduced back in 2021 and has been a part of MLB's broader effort to modernize the game and increase accuracy. It has been well received by both players and coaches across the league, although there's a level of uncertainty in whether precision alone can improve the game. Essentially, the system's mission is to strike a balance between tradition and consistency. There's also the issue of accuracy versus perception. Even if technology is correct to the millimeter, fans, players, and managers may struggle to accept the calls that don't match what they see with their own eyes. Ultimately, this highlights that while the ABS system may be designed to solve one problem, accuracy, it could unintentionally create new ones, raising the question on whether the quest for perfection could ultimately come at the expense of baseball's long-standing character and traditions.
Will this change the game of baseball? Will the pitcher and catcher have a disadvantage? Will the hitter have an advantage? Will the game be teached differently? We don't know this answer to this question. The only thing we know is time will tell if tradition will be replaced by modernization. The only thing is just to wait and strike 3. This was Varsity Sports Show.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase.
Life at Cogier is full of warmth, connection, and adventure. Come and take a closer look at a new kind of senior living. Welcome to Cogier, where your next chapter is your best one yet.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Varsity Sports Show. I am Dane Palmer here with Niall Rosenberg. So, Wolves up 10-7 at halftime, getting warmed up to take the field. A very stop-and-go first half. Ended on a bang for the Wolves. Ended up getting down to the end zone and cashing in for the first time this game.
Yeah, it was big. Those middle 4 minutes of each, the last 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter are really big to dominate. And the Wolves did well on both those sides, as I believe they were receiving the ball now, able to potentially go up 2 scores.
Yeah, Wolves have definitely maintained the pressure offensively. They've really only made one big mistake, maybe two, but they've been costly. The pick six by Quentin Sims.
Yeah, that was a huge play. He jumped that route from Carduno, but Carduno's response was solid. Getting the ball up fast, not trying to force anything too bad. In the end, when he was trying to hit his receiver on the right-hand side of the end zone, wasn't there. You know what he does? He floats it up for Chen in the back of the end zone to score that touchdown. So I've seen a lot of growth already from Carduno, and it's exciting to see how the SaberCats respond to a solid first half from the Wolves.
Yeah, Carduno, like you said, really picked it up. His play calling really helped him out after a rough interception right there, but put it all together, made some great throws, found the spots that they could work with, and they made it happen. I think in this first half for the SaberCats, there can be no more penalties.
I was about to.
Already suffered enough.
I was gonna 100% agree with you, Dane. Like it was penalty on penalty on penalty. First drive, killer. 2 penalties, backed him up, wasn't able to continue that. And it's also just been silly penalties too. Like it's stuff like false starts, delay games. Like you can't have those if you're gonna win a football game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they really got to clean up that offense as well. Offensively, they have potential. They can put some stuff together. They can do it. But like we said, with the penalties and the setbacks, they have been able to put together one really clean drive and not had to kick it away. My other note, they need to get good field position. They need to set themselves up for success. They have been stuck inside their own 15-yard line every single drive so far.
Dane, I thought I'd have to take you to a repair shop. You sounded like a broken record saying back in their own 15, back behind their own 15, back behind their own 15. It's special teams is important. And Desert Mountain has really dominated the special teams so far today.
Yeah, they've been setting themselves and their defense up nicely. I think for the Wolves, they have to keep pushing on offense. Offensively, they've been pretty clean. They just need to keep on chugging, keep on pushing. They've gotten stopped on a short fourth down, took a big sack, made one bad throw, and yet they're still up 10-7 here at the start of the second half.
And one thing with them is like getting their run game going. They've had some big rushes, right? You have a 10-yard rush, a 12-yard rush, but the rest of them are 1 or 2. Like they're not getting those consistent 4 or 5-yard rushes that's need to then set up that play action even better. It's worked so far, but at a halftime they gotta keep switching it up, giving new looks, making the same things look different and different things look the same.
Yeah, it's been an interesting battle in the backfield, or I should say an interesting 1-2 punch from the Wolves with Craddy and Connor. The SaberCats have not had much of a response to those two. I would say my other note for the Wolves is don't let Marcel Jones get hot. We've already seen a couple flashes of the speed and the ability to just not get tackled back here in the north end zone. We saw him make 2 guys miss, stiff arm a guy, and then launch a ball 30 yards. That was about 2 yards short of being a huge catch and run for the SaberCats.
The one thing I want to see Marcel Jones, I want to see more of those QB designed runs. They've only done 1 or 2 so far, and I mean you're getting consistent yardage on those. And the read option, I think could be crucial for the SaberCats going forward because it also could set up your passing game.
So here we are, the start of the second half here at Desert Mountain on the Varsity Sports Show. Kick is close to the 10, caught by Connor. He's got the speed, almost gets away, wrapped up by the ankles right on the 40.
Great starting field position again for the Wolves. Connor, and he's almost overplayed the ball 3 times now on these kicks, but he's making it work, and he's just using his speed and his power, keeping his legs turning to get all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he's getting it going a little too quick on the kick returns, but it doesn't matter. It's hard to slow him down no matter what, whether he's standing there waiting to catch the kick or field it.
And one thing, Tyler King and Tyler McRae, the Tylers on the inside of the defensive line for the SaberCats, they can continue what they're doing. It's going to be a hard day for Connor and Craddy.
Absolutely. Garduno hands it off to the right to Craddy. Craddy makes a couple miss, finds a lane, and picks up a first down for the Wolves.
That's a great way to start your drive. Get that run game going, and then you give it to Craddy, who's a little bit over a speedster, a little bit smaller than Connor, and then you can pound the power game with him. It's a great two-man punch like you were talking about earlier, Dan.
Yeah, it's a great 1-2 punch, something that a lot of backfields don't have. Back to Craddy. And he caught the football up. It's fumbled. Looks like the SaberCats jumped on it. And it's picked up by number 5, Tydell Stone.
Yeah, I mean, just coughs it up. I don't think it was really a punch or a hit directly on the ball on that play, and I believe it was Sanguine or Stone on that pickup.
Sanguine or Stone jumped on it immediately. The hit delivered, pops out. You're right, it was Sanguine, and it just falls right into his lap, as you saw on the replay there.
The defense is making it happen. Another turnover, and now, I mean, if you're that offense, take that momentum and do something with it. Please get it going here. They need to get something here, as the box is loaded, Dane.
Yeah, the SaberCats with a big chance here. Here's Jones, shotgun snap. The toss to the left. He's wrapped up immediately. Easton Connor.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy that play call on the SaberCats side. I mean, everybody, all 11 players were within the 10-yard on that play, and Easton Connor just unblocked in the backfield. Just easy standard play. Great play, though.
Yeah, Wolves had that one sniffed out and snuck a pack of them back there to make a play.
Like what you did there. But again, here, read option, potentially get Marcel Jones, get some yards back, or a quick pass.
I agree. Marcel Jones awaiting the snap here on 2nd and long now for the SaberCats.
You have a lot of athletes on this offense. Use them properly.
So Jones talking to the offensive line, coordinating. Looks over the middle, ball's tipped and almost intercepted. Number 15 for the Wolves.
Yeah, Christian McComber, he has been really all over the place so far. Him and Solomon, And McComber, we had that play in the first half where he blew right by and got right into Marcel Jones' face. And right there, he had the deflection and nearly intercepted on that play.
Yeah, scary pass there by Saguaro. So they're set up 3rd and long now, and one of our notes to start this second half was get themselves good field position. They did that. The other note was clean up the offense. They have not done that.
No. And it's not all these quarterbacks. They have the guy open behind them, but they're not reading the lurker underneath.
Jones takes the snap, drops back, got some good protection. He's going to launch one, floats it out there, and it's broken up. Sims had it in his hands.
Braylon Wilkerson.
Braylon Wilkerson. So we're going to get a replay here on the Varsity Sports Show.
Yeah, Wilkerson really got in there, deflected that. I mean, the receiver number 3, Quentin Sims, the guy who had that pick 6, he was up there. He got the separation. He was just sat there and waited for the ball.
So the late breakup here by Wilkerson is really key. You can see Sims reads it, goes up, and last second it gets punched out.
If you're Sims in that position, you get up there and grab that ball and you pull it down. He kind of just sits there and waits, and Wilkerson can get his hand in and deflect that ball. Sims got to do better on that play.
I think I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think that's
Seriously.
just a great play by Wilkerson. There's not much else you can do as a receiver. You went up, you attacked the ball at the highest point, you got after it, and last second, DB just makes a great play. Shoots his hand out there and breaks it up.
I mean, that's a big dude, and I agree.
He did a
with
good
you.
job.
Yeah,
He did everything.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Sims did everything really good right there. Used his body, fought the man off, found it, attacked it at the highest point, and just on the way down, there's not a ton he can do there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the size disadvantage right there, but Wilkerson makes it his advantage. I mean, 5'10", 165 against Sims, 6'3", 210. So
yeah, so wisely gets his hand in there and breaks it up.
You gotta watch
There's
out for
a
the
punt
gunner.
here by the SaberCats. It's gonna roll out.
That almost went right off of Wilkerson's back as it was coming down.
It almost did, which would have been bad news. Would have been a live ball. And that would have added another wrinkle to this game, but an exciting one so far here at Desert Mountain. Wolves on top, 10-7, with 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
We've seen 2 great defensive plays so far at the start of this third quarter, and Wilkerson, as you said before, just a great play, getting his hands in there, deflecting the ball, and just ending that drive. And if you're Marcel Jones, I mean, it was a good placed ball, but it's a little bit underthrown because Sims had to come back to it. But I mean, that was a long throw, and it's a hard one to make.
Yeah, it was a risky throw, but regardless, it's going to set the Wolves up here on the 45. They hand it off to Craddy, who's upended quickly at the line of scrimmage by the opposing number 22. Jesse Martinez making another play. We've seen him all over the field today.
It's the third time we've mentioned his name. He's been all over that middle linebacker. He's making great plays and really been a force against this run game so far, making the Wolves second guess where they're going.
So it gets hard to push offensively for the Wolves after a couple of costly turnovers there. I guess the fumble didn't amount to much for Saguaro, but regardless.
That's a shame if you're a fan of the SaberCats.
Yep. Garduno gets it out to his man. Pushed out of bounds. Not Craddy, number 25 for the Wolves. Jaden Lindley.
It's the first time we've seen something out of the tight end so far, and again, giving different looks to this defense. Don't know what they're expecting. I just think that if they can get something deep, it could really just take a huge shot because I mean, we've seen both these teams, they're starting to just really load up the boxes and not letting much stay underneath. But it's been working for the Wolves, so.
Yeah, whatever works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
They send the freshman in motion. Cardano rolls out to his right, makes a great throw to number 10 of the Wolves, Isaiah Justice.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful. He just finds the open space, Isaiah Justice, and makes it easy for Carduno just to find him while he's rolling on to his right. And another thing we pointed out pregame that's been really, really nicely done by the Wolves is getting Carduno out of the pocket, making him make plays on the run.
Yeah, Garduno's been rolling out to either side quite a bit. Hasn't had too many opportunities to just stand in the pocket and let one go.
And I love to see Garduno use his legs again. We saw that big run where he trucked
Yeah.
the DB on that side.
Everybody loves a good quarterback truck stick. Here's Craddy with a tough run.
Jesse Martinez is there once again.
So some tough sledding there in the middle of the field for the Wolves running back. They're going to bring in Connor now.
And I like to see another halfback screen. They worked really well to Craddy. And I think Connor could really use one here because we saw him on the kick return be able to use that space and really attack it. And I like the way he runs. When he sees where to go, he's going. And so I think getting him in some space could be really useful for Desert Mountain.
Yeah, he gets downhill quick. And he's been resting on that sideline. Here's the shotgun snap. It's low. Garduno's got him, but he's not going to be able to connect.
Yeah, Garduno had his man down the right-hand sideline. Connor again, another miss, but Braden Strom was in the backfield in maybe 1.5 seconds. I mean, the snap was low, and Strom, when Garduno looked up, Strom was right there, and he just had to let it go.
So 3rd and 8 now for the Wolves after that pass goes just a touch too long. I feel like we've said that a couple times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's not there, and Garduno just needs to really find it. He's had fantastic accuracy so far most of tonight. It's just those deeper balls. I mean, that was a panic throw, so it's very difficult to get that one right on the top, right on the target.
The shotgun snap. Here's the shovel pass, or I guess inside handoff to number 4. I am Maizan with a nice carry there. Picks up a first down for the Wolves and a bunch more.
The play calling's been just fantastic with the different plays that begin Maizan the ball. I mean, they've just been tricking every different way and using his legs and his speed, which has been a real force to continue drives.
Yeah, the Wolves have been picking this SaberCats defense apart in a handful of ways, even in ways that they haven't converted. They've had a lot of looks that have been open and they haven't been able to connect. Shotgun snap. Garduno is going to toss it out there to the right side.
Number 4,
I am Mizan again.
I mean, it's just easy plays, right? I mean, it's just a couple yards at a time, and you get the 3 and just continue it.
Yeah, they're going to just take their yards where they can. Obviously, it's been tough running anywhere near the middle of the lineup there. Anywhere near that line of scrimmage has been really tough sledding.
Garduno's really been just executing this offense well. He's just doing exactly what he needs to keep his team in the lead.
Garduno drops back, finds his man out in the flats. Ryan Craddy makes a man miss and picks up a first down after finally being tangled up.
And those are just those plays that really help your drives. Your first 2 reads aren't there, boom, check down, easy. And it's really been helpful for Garduno just to execute this offense, get it to his check down, get his guys to use their legs. And it's worked so far. And Saguaro, like, if you're them, you need somebody on that running back. I mean, that's the 3rd or 4th time now. Just not only that play, but on this drive that the running back's really been a problem.
Yeah, eventually they're going to have to maybe man him up, do something, make sure you can adjust and stop those little checkdowns from being so open. Garduno throws it behind to Connor, who's got a head of steam, making a couple miss, and wrapped up, taken down inside the 10-yard line.
22 with the tackle for the SaberCats.
Yeah, I really enjoy Connor's run on that play. Like, he just puts his head down, get those yards, makes the man miss, and be able to get them inside the 10. And, I mean, the Wolves, what more could you want out of this offense right now?
So the officials are going to take a timeout.
Yeah, it's been a really solid drive, and I'm very impressed with the offensive line so far. The one snap was not great, but they really have been giving Garduno enough time, the 2 seconds that he needs to get the ball out exactly where it needs to be. And, I mean, we've seen the drives. They've got a lot of yards. It's just about can they convert it into more points and take a 2-score lead.
I've been the most impressed by the Wolves' ability to bounce back. They come out, they throw a pick 6. Immediately they get the ball and they drive all the way back down the field and score right before half. To start the second half, they come out, they cough the football up. Give Saguaro great field position. Their defense comes out, makes a huge stop, and then their offense comes out and just hits the ground running. They don't stop. They don't think about it for 1 second. They don't think, oh, man, we just fumbled. Let's slow down. Let's take our foot off the gas. Oh, we're up by 3. Let's take our foot off the gas. Every play so far has been full-on commitment, not worried about the last play. And it's pretty evident from up here that the Wolves are just controlling the game offensively right now.
And that all starts with coaching as well. Keeping them in, keeping them engaged, and doing that, bouncing back from that, that keeps that entire student section over. That keeps all these fans in front of us just engaged and ready for everything to happen.
Yeah, they have made their mistakes, but they've been good enough to not fall apart and stay together. Garduno moves a man in motion, the tight end. He bobbles the snap and jumps on it. That's going to be the end of that one. Procopio, the tight end, playing D-end as well, jumped on him in the backfield.
I mean, just another bad snap on that player. At least Garduno coughed it up, but I like bringing in Whitener back on this play. We saw him targeted a lot in this scenario. They motioned him inside there. I think if you can get him over the middle of the field, use his size, use him basically as a big NBA center on a free throw, box out his man, and see if they can get him in the end zone.
Yeah, similar to what Quentin Sims did over here on the sideline. He could box somebody out as Garduno's going to go down.
Strong.
Number 11 for the SaberCats gets back there.
Braden Strom. I mean, we've said his name, 3 times so far this drive? I mean, the 6'2", 230 defender has just been all over the place on this drive, and he's really, really now killed the drive. And Garduno in that scenario, I mean, he might have had his read. He might have had the first one, held on the ball, but, I mean, on that scenario, he didn't have much time.
So what looked like the Wolves were going to just march their way into the end zone has slowed down, stalled, and they're going to bring the field goal team out here.
Good points. Make it a touchdown game.
So a timeout is going to be taken by the Wolves. Close game so far. That could come back to bite them towards the end of this one.
And it's one of those mental error timeouts. Those are some of the worst you could have because, as you mentioned, like that can come back to bite you. And it's just simple mistakes about not being on the field, not being set, not being ready, and those can really irk a head coach.
So after the Wolves timeout, we're going to see a pretty deep field goal attempt here. This is not a chip shot by any means at any level.
No, but we saw on the extra point, he hit it about all the way to that back fence behind the track. So he's got the leg. And if he can hit this, if Bradley can hit this, it'd be a big.
Yeah, the kicker, number 30, Cone Bradley. We saw him on that extra point. He's got a boot on him for sure.
Gonna make sure the hold's good as well from Kading.
So a 37-yarder. See if they can make it happen. The Wolves getting set up here. 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Hold is bobbled. Ball's on the ground. Kicker's going to pick it up, and he's going to try to throw it. And it's going to fall incomplete. It looked like he almost had a man there with Whitener, but it ends up falling to the turf harmlessly. Man, that was a scary moment.
I think I'm going to blame that on Caster's curse. I said you needed a good hold from Kading, and it just went right through his hands. An unfortunate play, but I mean, heads up play for Bradley to get that up to Whitener, make it a 50, it was a 1-on-3, but give yourself at least a little bit of a chance to convert it. But
I was going to mention that was relatively heads up for a kicker. That's not what I would have done. I would have just jumped on it and been like, oh, dang it, that stunk.
Yeah.
He gets up, he actually launches it. I mean, if you think about it, let's say that gets intercepted right there at the 10-yard line, and then he falls out of bounds. You ended up making up 20 yards of field position right there, all because your kicker decided, hey, I'm going to pick this ball up and just chuck it out there, see what happens. And then if Whitener catches that, first down. Time to go. First and goal. Let's go.
Yeah, if Whitener catches that, we're talking about that for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
that would have been a crazy play.
That would have been the highlight play of the moment, but it's not going to go.
But now if you're the SaberCats, right, like you take that momentum. That's a big play now. I mean, you had the fumble for the momentum, and that got shut down by the Wolves. Again, we've talked about the Wolves' bounce-back ability, but now it's the SaberCats. You have to take advantage of these opportunities you're given.
I absolutely agree. It's been, like we've said a few times, tough sledding for the SaberCats. They really just have not been able to build up any momentum. And I think in the same way that the Wolves are so good at bringing that momentum back right away and bouncing back and recovering no problem, the SaberCats have been kind of the opposite. Every time they get that momentum, it seems like they just start to fumble it away, or they make a bad play and then they get a penalty, and then they're not able to keep pushing on their drive. So they got a big chance right here, starting a little bit better than they normally do, starting at the 20 this drive.
And we've highlighted a lot of the Wolves offense and how they've been moving, but I think it's the SaberCats defense has been solid. You mentioned it earlier on tonight where it was the bend don't break. And I think they've done a great job of bending and getting these opportunities to where they can give their offense the ball. Unfortunately, their offense hasn't really reciprocated it, but we'll see on this drive. And Marcel Jones, I've been saying it all night, they got to get his legs moving.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Marcel Jones needs to start getting heated up here with the Saguaro offense. Here we go, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Snap is clean, but we've got some whistles.
They were going for the blitz there.
Yeah, number 16.
Maddox Preston, the DB, coming right up the middle.
Timed up that snap count. He was flying.
Shot out of a cannon, but we've seen that as well. We've seen it from McComber, and they are really, really, really getting good at guessing exactly when that snap count is going to go. And I mean, if you're Saguaro on the offense, like you got to get something easy and something going.
Yeah, Christian McComber, another anchor on the defense for the Wolves. So after the stoppage, gonna get another play here. 1st and 10. We'll try it one more time.
It seems to be the freshman quarterback in.
Freshman quarterback coming in, and he hands it off. And who's got room? Ty Stozier is going to go all the way. Ty Stozier takes it 80 yards to the house.
Talk about take advantage of the opportunities. The missed field goal turns into 6 easy points for Ty Stozier, and the offense finally gets going for the SaberCats.
So just when we thought that the Wolves had started to get more control of this game, it spins out of control again. And the SaberCats go up 13-10.
How about a play out of the freshman? Michael Perez comes in for his first snap and hands off, and it's an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that's one heck of a way to get the offense started.
But again, we talked about it, the bounce back from the Wolves. Can they do that as well? There's a huge momentum shift right now for the SaberCats, and if you're Saguaro, you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, defensively, they need to come out, try to shut the Wolves down. It's been really difficult to do that. And looks like we might get an issue with the clock here on the extra point. No signals yet. The clock's going to get reset.
Seems like the SaberCats had problems with getting players in and set.
So the SaberCats setting up for the extra point.
This crowd is silent after that 80-yard touchdown.
SaberCats were able to silence the crowd on this side, and the extra point is good. So that makes it 14-10.
SaberCats 14, Desert Mountain Wolves 10.
As we talked
go ahead and get a replay here.
As we talked about the running game really get going. I mean, Strozer, when he hit that hole, I mean, nobody was even close to him. He used his speed down the left-hand side.
He's faster than anybody else on the field right there for sure. Ty Strozer just ran away with it. So that's a huge play. It's been the running game for the SaberCats has really been going nowhere all day. And finally, they find a crease. Ty Strozer turns on the jets and takes it all the way.
We talked about a lot about the QB runs with Marcel Jones, but if you get Strozer going, get that running game going, and now with that, when you continue, it's now you open up the play action game. Now they are going to be second guessing themselves. That'd be the Wolves of where the ball is going to start coming from.
Yeah, similar to what the Wolves have had going, they've been able to keep the SaberCats defense guessing pretty much all night. SaberCats have a huge chance when they get the ball back on offense to do just that. So there is a penalty on the extra point. It's going to move the SaberCats back 15 yards.
And we capitalized on the field position advantage that the Wolves have had so far. I mean, again, this kick, they're starting at their own 25 for this kick, and the Wolves are going to have good field position once again.
So the Wolves are going to look to bounce back the one-play touchdown by Saguaro. Here's the kick. Down to that right corner like we've seen for most of tonight. Connor is going to catch it. He's building up ahead of steam. And he's wrapped up and taken down close to the 40 by a pack of Sabercats.
If you're the Wolves, you got to keep your heads up. The defense, keep your head up. It's one play. You know, and that's what a lot have been with these Sabercats. 2 plays have really been the big capitalization for this team. And so if you're the Wolves, you've controlled most of this game. It's now all about the response.
Yeah, it's been very interesting to say the least. We're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Ava.
Hi, it's Ava Lambatis with Varsity Sports Show, and the sideline is quiet after number 2 on Saguaro. Ty Strozier made a huge touchdown run to bring the game to 14-10.
All right, thank you very much, Ava. As right away, Pratty with a big run up the middle.
And we've seen a bit more success on the run game, per se, out of Craddy than we have Connor tonight. This Craddy seems to be a little tweaked up.
Yeah, he's slow to get up initially, and then he does not. So they're going to jog the training staff out there.
But I did
really cramping up.
Enjoy what he's been able to show tonight, is that we really highlighted Connor pregame. And now that Craddy's been coming in, it's the two-headed monster that we've been talking about, and he's been a really good addition to this offense and being able to really set up a run game that didn't seem to be working for most of the first and second quarter.
Yeah, like we said, that 1-2 punch is pretty devastating, and the Sabercats really haven't had a huge answer once these running backs get past that first level. Once they can get past those linemen, you know, find a hole, find a crease, and get to the secondary, there really hasn't been too many answers for them there.
And I like to see more of Hassan Yeager, because we saw him a lot in the first half, the freshman receiver. He had, I believe, 5 or 6 receptions, and we haven't seen him even get the ball once so far.
Yeah, Kai Hassan Yeager was a pivotal part of that first half dominance from the Wolves. But they're behind on the scoreboard again, 10-14 with 3 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
And if you're Saguaro on defense, you're now seeing your offense be able to capitalize and score off your plays that you've been making. And so, again, it's capitalizing on that momentum. They've done it once. Now it's time to continue and potentially pull away in this game.
Yeah, and Craddy is going to get up and jog off the field under his own power. That's great to see.
Yeah, it really is. Never want to see anybody be injured, and cramps already. It's hot out. You got to stay hydrated.
Absolutely. The heat is killer right now as the Wolves are getting set up on offense here again. Second and short. Garduno sends 2 in motion. Takes the snap. Handoff to the right side. Connor's got room. He's got space. Makes a man miss. He's got some blocks. Number 19. Kai Chen. Some blocking right there for Connor.
And Chen he had the touchdown earlier today, and he's followed it back up with that blocking. You want to get the football in your hands as a receiver, you give your blocks for your running back.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Everybody sees that. You go out there, lay a pancake or two as a wide receiver. More than just touchdowns and highlight reel catches can go on your highlight reel.
I mean, that's a 5'10 receiver, 5'10", 170-pound receiver, just absolutely demolishing a over 6-foot DB.
Yeah. Love to see it. First and 10 now. Garduno sends 2 in motion again.
See Hassan Yeager in the slot right now.
Hassan Yeager out there on that left side. They're going to hand off to the left now. Wide handoff for Connor, and he's going to dive forward and pick up whatever he can. Going to bring up 2nd and 9.
I mean, the run worked last 2-1, so you know they were going at it again. So now that you have that, maybe expect some play action, something short, something quick. Who knows?
Yeah, Wolves have their options open here. 2nd and 9 isn't very manageable, though. So I think they could go back to all reliable, just keep on running that football. Or I like this wide side of the field here. I'd like to see something get out of the backfield, get into the flat, see if they can make somebody miss.
Potentially that halfback screen we've seen a couple times could be really useful.
That screen could be big, or just sending a man in motion out there. Garduno's going to pull the handoff. and runs himself into a group of defenders after picking up about 5.
Yeah, I mean, Garduno looks up for the read option, and there's just a man right in his face, and so a great job to pull that away because Connor would have been stuffed in the backfield.
So it brings up 3rd and 4 for the Wolves. Big opportunity here for the SaberCats defense to get a stop. Big opportunity here for the Wolves offense to pick up a huge first down.
Get to potentially see 4-down territory right now.
Garduno sending a man in motion. Single back behind him. Fakes the handoff, rolls out left. He's got pressure on him, and he's going to send it out of bounds.
He had Whitener on the sideline, but Whitener was already standing too far to the left and had to get it out. And looks as if the offense is going to be staying on the field, Dame.
Yeah, intended for Whitener there, but he was way out of bounds. Brings up 4th and 4, and the offense is staying out there.
His first read was Jaden Lindley on the short route, but Lindley got caught up with some linebackers, so he wasn't able to get free. And so Garduno had to panic there and try to get it to Widener, but it was unsuccessful.
Nothing wrong with that. Getting it out of bounds. Not making any mistakes. Sends Hassenjaeger in motion. Rolls out right. He's going to look for him. Breaks a tackle, and he's got big yards and a first down. Kai Hassenjaeger and some extracurricular there after the tackle on the sideline. So we're going to see some penalty flags flying. Looks like it could be on number 12, Elijah Jackson, who made the tackle after the first down.
We've seen some mental hiccups already today from Elijah Mitchell on the returns. And so in one play that I highlight on that play, like Cache Mitchell on that play, he tried to hit stick Hassenjaeger instead of going just for the open field tackle. I mean, you want to make a big play to maybe potentially disrupt that pass, but I mean, if you just would have tackled him, he would have been short.
Yeah, he kind of got caught in between. It was right as he was going to catch it, right as he was turning around, and he was not able to stick the tackle. Unfortunate for the SaberCats, but very fortunate for the Wolves as they pick up a really big first down and get themselves a new set of downs on 4th down there.
We talked about it before. Get the ball in Hassenjaeger's hands. I mean, he's made great plays, and right there, just another easy pass for Garduno, and just continuing to see what it works. And I think we're going to see a little bit more Connor here, maybe some more runs, trying to open up that passing game even more.
Yeah, still no appearance from Ryan Craddy as the Wolves await the play.
The refs are huddling up, still talking it over.
Referees trying to figure out the penalties here. Could be going both ways. So we could see some penalties cancel out. We could see 4th down done again.
Refs in the stands being a little unsteady and really wanting to get on with this game.
So the student section still going crazy for the Wolves, even through all the stoppages. We got the smoke machines, we got the lights.
They're really getting it going. They're all jumping around. They got the signs in the front. They have the smoke machine.
The call is coming in from the field now.
Foul.
And offsetting personal foul against the Wolves.
So we've got offsetting fouls there on 4th down. Some confusion on the field right now.
Yeah, they'll have to replay that 4th down.
Looks like it's still a first down.
Oh, because it's after the play. They
Yeah,
converted it and it was after the play, so they're back up 15 yards.
2 flags after the play that offset or go against each other. Still brings up a first down for the Wolves. Garduno awaits the snap. Handoff towards the middle. Connor busts it outside and is wrangled up by some SaberCats.
Read well by DB, by Mitchell again. I mean, he had that unfortunate tackle last play, but read it right there. Being able to push the middle, the linebackers pushing him outside, and the DBs can make the play.
So it's a dangerous game letting Connor get to the edge like that. And they always say on defense, try to get that containment, try to set those edges, not let him get outside of you. He did just that there. We'll see how long they're able to slow him down. Craddy back in the game, standing behind Garduno.
It's good to see.
Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking right, looking downfield, and tipped away and intercepted. Sabercats have the ball, running out of the end zone. Isaiah Jackson. He's making a couple miss. He's on his feet, and he's finally taken down by Leitner, the tight end.
Elijah
Chases him down, so another turnover by the Wolves.
Elijah Jackson with a huge play right there.
Here's our replay. You see the tip drill paying off right there. Jackson brings the ball in, tries to make an even bigger play out of it. Picks up a few yards there. Huge defensive stop.
Not a big fan of that throw from Garduno. I mean, that was triple coverage right there. You had two DBs right on there on the receiver, and I mean the tip drill worked with a safety playing right behind him.
Yeah, unlucky break. Almost got away with a pretty dangerous throw, but he couldn't escape it. It was inevitable, and a big interception right there. So not very good by the Wolves offense. They bring the defense back out, looking to stop the Sabercats. Marcel Jones sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Give up the middle. Wrapped up quickly. Guy Strozier had nowhere to go.
And that's what we've seen a lot. I'm going to go back to the interception by Garduno. Both interceptions, he was really trying to force it. And when I think we've seen a little bit out of him where if he starts to panic, he's not really sure of what to do. A couple times he's been able to get it out, and that's been really fortunate for him. But right there, that is just not the throw you can make right there.
Yeah, they came out in that same roll to the right pass. And it looks like the Wolves and Sabercats are going to walk to the sidelines here, take it to the end of the third quarter. Wolves down 10-14 to the Saguaro Sabercats. We've got a brand new 12 minutes on deck. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back after this.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. I am Dane Palmer here with my friend Niall. Niall, recap that third quarter for us, will you?
We saw a big change of events, a big momentum shift for the Sabercats. And it's not like they've really had control of the game, but just the big plays they've made so far has really been instrumental.
So they keep coming up, keep making plays. Marcel Jones getting tackled in the backfield, has to just flip it out to a receiver.
And that was another great read of the snap count from McComber. He shot out of cannon once again, caused a lot of confusion in the backfield. It allowed Easton Connor to get back there, and it looked like Marcel Jones almost fumbled the ball, but he tried to shovel it out to Strozier. But again, I mean, they're getting really good penetration. That is the Wolves.
Yeah, almost goes down in the backfield, gets it off just in time. So Saguaro is going to go ahead and get ready here on 3rd and 9. 8, excuse me. Jones takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Screen out to Procopio. It's blown up by number 5 of the Wolves, Ryan McDonough.
I mean, Procopio caught that immediately, and McDonough was able to shed his blocker and just lay him out. That's a great defensive response from the Wolves.
McDonough, one of the captains on this team, makes a huge play right there. And like we said, Wolves bouncing back already on the defensive side.
Yeah, it's actually I think that's one of a huge momentum shift. It's not a turnover. It's not anything like that. It's not an 80-yard touchdown like we saw from the Sabercats. But that right there, those kind of plays, that'll fire up your bench.
So Hassenjager is back to return the punt from the Sabercats. Punt gets off clean. Close to the 50. It's going to be fair caught by Hassenjager.
Really good field position again for the Wolves. And the special teams advantage. They need to take advantage of it once again.
Yeah, the SaberCats have not been very lucky in terms of where the Wolves are starting with the ball, doing everything they can defensively and offensively, but offensively outside of one huge one-play touchdown, they really haven't had any responses to the Wolves' defense's answers.
Not at all, and it's the blitzes from the Wolves. And Marcel Jones, he's got about maybe a second and a half, 2 seconds back there before he's got to run for his life, and it's been schemed stupendously from the Wolves.
Stupendously.
Yeah,
I agree.
we go down the thesaurus around there.
That was a big one. Was that on your word of the day card this morning or what?
You know, it might be. You know, sometimes it just, I just remember 5th, 6th grade vocab, and it, just comes out sometimes on these calls.
Indubitably.
Oh, okay.
So with
some more cramping going on the side of the SaberCats.
got some time going on now. Coach Kelly for Saguaro is over there having a conversation with our head ref. First play of this Wolves drive, what do you think we're seeing?
A run.
A run?
Right after the interception, as you see your quarterback trying to force something, or even to build his confidence, potentially a screen or a short pass again. Just get it back in his head. Be like, hey, play's over. Again, get it out of your head. Let's continue this game.
Yeah, it feels like the Wolves have been doing a really good job mixing their plays up, but it feels like every play is bread and butter. It feels like every play they can fall back on it and, oh, okay, we'll just go to this sprint out right here to the flat. Oh, okay, I'll just check down right here. All right, we'll hand it off inside and let, Easton Connor pick up 12 yards.
And they've done a really good job of clock management and just their short yard plays. It's when they get down into the red zone, they have not been able to capitalize too much, and the play calling's got to be a little different. I think that's where Saguaro's size comes into a big factor here because you're more condensed, you don't have enough space, and so it's really playing into their advantage.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night here in Arizona as we've got some awesome 6A football going on at Desert Mountain High School on the Varsity Sports Show.
I know it's not October yet, but could you call this one a thriller?
Yes, I would call it a thriller. So a spooky first down for the Wolves is going to have the SaberCats hoping to make some plays here as the Wolves get it started right at midfield.
Another guy I really think could be pretty instrumental if they decide to run the ball will be number 22, Jesse Martinez, as he was big against the run on the previous drive, and he's been all over the field.
Yeah, he's been making plays all over the place. Just has a nose for the football, finds out where it's going, and he's getting there as quick as he can.
And number 19 has come back in. That is Chen. I saw him earlier on last drive. He came off after that big block, the pancake block. He came off a little bit with a little bit of a limp, and now he's back on. And good to see him back out on the field. And he's got the touchdown. Potentially getting him the ball could be pretty important for this Wolves offense.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the run for Desert Mountain. The problem with being very good at running the ball is when you get into situations like this where you got to start managing the clock a little bit. You got to start really watching how long your drives take while you're behind. Start running the ball a lot. They make a couple good stops. You got to run it on third down and short, or you got to run it on third and long, or you got to go for it on fourth down. That's very valuable time that's going to tick off the clock while you're trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, Jamu Adams, number 16, the DBs now come in. Both Kydell Stone and Quentin Sims are not in this game currently, as your main DB that's in is Jaden Wiseman.
So SaberCats got two high safeties here. Garduno takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and Craddy stumbling and bumbling his way all the way up, close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
He's able to keep his balance pretty well there. Looks like another, former Arizona running back in Cam Scadaboo.
Yeah, very scat-esque from Krat. So second and short here for the Wolves. SaberCats get caught substituting, it looks like, and they are going to be forced to use a timeout.
Really fortunate right there from the Wolves. Take advantage of the substitutions coming on from the SaberCats and force a timeout in a very close game in this fourth quarter.
So we're going to go ahead and take a break here during this timeout. We will be right back after this.
Life at Cogier is full of warmth, connection, and adventure. Come and take a closer look at a new kind of senior living. Welcome to Cogier, where your next chapter is your best one yet.
An action-packed second half, especially for Saguaro. You can feel the energy coming off their sideline from all the way across the field where I'm standing, and Desert Mountain definitely is feeling the pressure. I'll go back to you guys.
Thank you very much to our awesome field correspondent, Ava Lambatis. Welcome back. She has been busy. A lot to talk about. Wolves down 10-14 to the Saguaro SaberCats on the Varsity Sports Show. I'm Dane Palmer.
Joined by Niall Rosenberg.
A big run to the left side here. Maneuvering traffic is number 4 for the Wolves. Damn, Mizon.
Yeah,
What a nice carry.
I mean, we've seen it work so many times now. It's that they get their go, they get going, they get 10 or 11 plays, and then they just sneak it right in.
Yeah, I like to see the way Mizon uses the blockers right there. Just following the big blockers right in front of you. Let them make the plays, and then you capitalize on the gaps. Quick snap here from the Wolves. They hand it off to Craddy, who's going to get met in the gap. Huge hit right there.
I mean, that's
From
Tyler
number
McCray.
55, Tyler McCray.
And him again in the backfield causing problems with the run. He's been all over the place. And I want to highlight again, Mizon, really fast. He's very patient for a wide receiver running the ball.
Yeah, the senior. Wolves going quick here. Get it out to Shen, who's wrapped up, quickly taken down on second down.
Yeah, I like that as well. Just get it out fast. They're really making this SaberCats defense gas. That's big for these D linemen. If they want to get the run going, you're getting them gas and you're forcing them to make moves.
And that's one of the advantages of having a 1-2 punch like Desert Mountain does. You can run it, go, 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 and then bring in a fresh set of legs in Ryan Crowder, Easton Connor.
A lot of hands on hips I see on the SaberCats defense. Could be something to watch out for.
Garduno sends a man in motion, rolls out right. Pass is going to fall incomplete, just out of reach of Kai Chen.
Yeah, just a little bit out in front of him. Chen probably should have made that catch, but he needs a better throw there as well.
Brings up 4th and 5 for the Wolves. Again, another big conversion needed. They have some time, but they really need it right here. Scoring right now is going to be the best outcome for the Wolves. If they turn it over right here, things could get interesting.
Yeah, Whitener had to come off earlier with a little bit of a cramp or an injury of some sort, so they don't have their big guy in.
Garduno looks right. He's got a man, and it's going to be bobbled and dropped by Krat.
Wow.
He was wide open. He had defenders on his tail. But that's a tough drop for the Wolves.
I mean, that's just thinking about what you're going to do with the ball before you have it. He turned before he fully had it in his hands, and it cost them right there.
Yep.
It's a costly play.
Yeah, it started running before he caught it. Took his eye off of it. And the Wolves are going to turn it over on down. So the SaberCats coming back out on offense, looking to kill some clock and maintain this lead. 14-10. SaberCats on top.
What we've seen so far in this second half, particularly so far in this quarter, is that the offense is starting to get a little sloppy. They're not quite executing how they should be right now, and they could be a little tired, but they gotta regroup themselves and convert.
Jones in the shotgun snap. He's got pressure early, and Strozer's wrapped up immediately in the backfield and pushed back.
It's McComber again, Dane.
McComber times up that snap, jumps in there, making some great plays.
I mean, he's timing these snaps up perfectly. Shot out of a cannon, getting into the backfield, disrupting. if you're Marcel Jones back there, I mean, what can you really do? I mean, it's 2 seconds and there's a dude right in your face already.
Yeah, it's tough to make that adjustment, especially because you never know when he's going to bluff it. You never know when he's going to bluff it. You're going to tell your left guard, hey, pick this dude up right here instead. And then it does not pay off. They run a quick little stunt, and then you got all new issues as Jones rolls out. He throws an interception. It's picked off by number 3 of the Wolves. He goes and makes the tackle himself, but a huge mistake by the SaberCats and Marcel Jones. Number 3, General Solomon, who we've seen make a ton of plays tonight, comes up big for Desert Mountain and sets them up.
Dane, it's the blitz again from the Wolves. And it's McComber again getting in the backfield, causing Marcel Jones to have to roll to his left. And General Solomon is just saying thank you to his rushers because that ball just perfectly and easily caught.
Yeah, Marcel Jones got forced out of the pocket right there. Tried to make a play with his arm, and it does not pay off. So a huge turnover by the SaberCats as the Wolves are now in great position to score and take the lead in this one with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Maybe we talk about turnovers and just huge plays.
Garduno hands it off up the middle to Krat. He's met quickly, taken down for a very short gain.
They can get this power rushing game. It hasn't really been going for very much. Freshman Brady Shaw on that tackle, and they bring in Connor for that power game.
So Connor's going to come in. Krat's going to come out. Connor also a part of that defense, making a big stop right there. He's been going both ways, playing both sides.
He's going to need a long time in the ice bath after this game.
Yeah, tomorrow morning is going to be very chilly. Second and goal here for the Wolves. Got some whistles. Timeout taken by Desert Mountain.
And it's just more frustration from the coaching staff. I mean, not set again, causing to use another timeout. Again, a mental mistake timeout. Those can get costly again in the fourth quarter with under 8 minutes left. Those can be big.
So Wolves knocking on the door right here. Second and goal. And all the opportunity in the world. They've been pretty much gift wrapped in opportunity to steal the lead from the Cats right here.
I just think one thing, you don't want to get too cute with your play calling here. I think you can power another run in, and if you don't get it, get one of your bigger guys out on the field and just make him go against a smaller DB. Scheme him that way. We see Whitener. He's running out on the field right now. He's someone I'd like to watch on this play or the next.
I agree with you, but I think here on second down, I think the defense might be thinking the same thing. They might be ready. They might be geared up. All right, let's go. Let's crush this run inside as the Wolves are going to set up in a heavy set.
I also watch out for the
empty backfield for Garduno. Sends a man in motion. Lets him go. Here's that little shovel pass, and he's in. Number 4.
Mizan.
Mizan sneaks in on the shovel pass, and the Wolves take the lead in the fourth quarter. 7:15 on the clock. So a costly turnover from the SaberCats turns in to 6 points for the Wolves. We'll see if they can make that 7 with the extra point right here.
I mean, they knew exactly what the SaberCats were thinking. They thought it was going to be power because they done inside. But what have they done inside the 10 each time? They've gone for power, and it hasn't worked out. Now they go with something fast to Mizan, and it works out perfectly.
Yeah, the finesse, a little shovel pass to Mizan. That's a really cool play. Drawn up nicely. The extra point is good. So the Wolves reclaim the lead, go up 17-14. Here's the replay. As you can see, the shovel there to Mizan. He's going to turn that edge, and he makes it in.
How about the movement out of the big fella, Aaron O'Daniel, getting outside, opening up the lanes for Mizan. And I think every offensive player on that side should go up to General Solomon and say thank you very much.
Absolutely. He had as big a part in that touchdown as any offensive player could have, as he comes up huge right there and sets the Wolves up perfectly.
And now, with this offense, it's been the one play 80-yard touchdown, and we haven't seen much more.
Yeah.
You got to get something going. And especially right now, this is going to be a huge drive in this game.
Absolutely. If they could put something together here, try to take that lead back. It's been tough. Tough for the Cats all day so far. This Wolves defense is pretty great. They've given up the one touchdown, the one hit.
You need something schemed here for your linebackers blitzing. They've just been free rushers.
Yeah, they haven't been able to make that adjustment. Kick goes into the end zone right over Isaiah Jackson's head. And it's going to be a touchback. So the SaberCats are going to get set up at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Elijah Jackson we've seen him want to take those out for returns, but Wolves don't want to risk anything too bad. So finally, not starting behind their own 15.
Finally not starting behind their 15. We're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Ava.
Hi, I'm Ava Lambatis with Varsity Sports Show, and there's been a huge shift in momentum here on our Desert Mountain sideline after that touchdown by number 4, Ian Mizon. You can hear in the background everyone's cheering and getting really excited for the rest of this half.
Thank you very much, Ava, as we see a pass fall to the ground there on first down for the Cats.
And it's Easton Connor and Christian McComber. Again, and again. It is this linebacker duo has been the offense this entire, or the defense, excuse me, this entire second half.
And the offense. Easton Connor, he's out there too.
Fair.
He's been getting it going on both sides of the ball just by himself. So we'll see what the Cats can draw up here on 2nd and 10. They've got trips right. Shotgun snap. Safety bails out there. Jones got a man deep. Sims incomplete, and there's a flag that comes in late.
Yeah, it was a great defensive play, but Braylon Wilkerson was grabbing him the entire way down the field, and it's going to get called every time.
So Wilkerson seems to have just used a little bit too much of the hands there on that one.
You can make the argument they were both playing the ball, right? But again, Wilkerson, you can't get that hand around the waist. That's gonna get penalized 10 times out of 10.
So a chain moving penalty from the Wolves defense.
And you're loving that if you're the SaberCats.
Yeah, absolutely. Free play, fresh set of downs, and you pick up more yards. As good as it can get on an incompletion right there. Here's the first down. Jones takes the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be fumbled. He fumbled the ball. The Wolves are going to pick it up. Number 15 for the Wolves. McComber making more plays. And that is a huge turnover. Very costly by the Cats. Here's the replay. McConnor goes down, scoops it up, wrestled to the ground by number 54. But there's nothing he can do after that one. Wolves got the football.
I mean, McComber has just been fantastic tonight. He's in the backfield, causing havoc, getting sacks, getting tackles, and now he gets the fumble recovery. I mean, this guy right now is on cloud 9.
Yeah, he's a superstar. At least he has been tonight for the Wolves as they make a huge stop right there.
That's a momentum changer.
Yeah, that's like we've said, this is a game of the momentum swings this game have been pretty wild. So we've got a horse collar. It's going to go against Saguaro. So that's going to move the Wolves even closer to the end zone here with 6 minutes and 52 seconds remaining.
I mean, costly penalties for the SaberCats. We've been highlighting it all night. And that, I mean, it's a really unfortunate play for the SaberCats. But then to also give them the 15 on top of that, you're just rubbing salt in the wound.
Yeah, an unfortunate bad break there for the SaberCats. As the Cats coaching don't like what they saw there. And they take a timeout.
SaberCats take a timeout.
As we see something here, like last time we saw the finesse in this area for the Wolves. And now that they have it opened, it's now going to set as you're a defender, you're going to be second guessing each play. So they really have the entirety of the playbook open here.
Absolutely. It's a different mindset, too, when you're up on the scoreboard. You get down almost into the red zone. You got just under 7 minutes left in the game. You're up by 3. Feels like you can kind of do anything you want here. Just try to make sure you burn some clock, get up, get a first down, get in the end zone. And even if you don't, you've got this pretty ironclad Wolves defense to back you up.
I was just going to highlight that. You know your defense has been all over them tonight, and so you have a lot of faith if you don't score here. If you don't get the 7 here.
So Garduno's in this shotgun set. Sends a couple men out in motion. Now an empty backfield. Brings Kratt back. He's going to pull the option, spin move into the middle of the line of scrimmage, and he's going to pick up a handful of yards. We got a flag down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the flag will be, but a different look for an outside run.
We've got a false start on the Wolves. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Not how you want to start this drive.
First down all over again.
For the SaberCats, you're really liking that. You're hoping you can hold them here.
Definitely a window of opportunity for the Cats to hold them. 1st and 15 for the Wolves. Garduno with Kratt behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off to the right. Kratt runs into a blocker or two, and then he's piled on top of.
Craddy on the carry.
Yeah, Craddy, really no space there for him. Again, these defensive tackles and nose tackles are really stuffing this inside run.
Yeah, inside runs have been tough to come by. Looks like we've got a player down. We're hoping he's all right. And the teams are going to go ahead and go to their respective sidelines.
Both these teams have actually had to really go deep in their benches. I mean, it's Arizona heat. It's no joke. Staying hydrated is difficult. So cramping, and you're having to go deep into your DBs. You're having to go deep into your linemen. So this is something that really plays a factor in, especially in 6A high school football.
Yeah, the heat is, it's nice. There's no sun out right now. I'll say that. So it's not as hot as it was earlier, but by no means is it very cool or very nice out. It's still toasty.
Certainly. And Garduno, something we've highlighted is that he can't force it on this drive, right? Yes, you know your defense is playing well. Yes, you have the lead, but forcing it, you want your points here. No matter if it's 3, if it's 7, or whatever it is, can't be forcing it anywhere stupid right now.
We're going to see that Wolves player make his way off the field. We're hoping he's all right. And I agree, Garduno, he's got to make sure he takes care of this football. I think they need to go back to those bread and butter plays that they have, those quick outs, the dump offs, the screens. I like those stretch outside handoffs that they've been running. Doing a good job getting away from that front 3 of the Cats.
Especially your big fellas, like we talked about Aaron O'Daniel earlier getting out, and these guys, they can move. So get them out, get some different things going, and even potentially get Garduno out of the pocket.
Garduno sends 2 in motion. Got some issues with the clock here. Some confusion on the field. Garduno's getting set up again. He's got Connor on his right. Fakes the handoff. It's a screen to the other side to Connor, who's going to miss a couple defenders, break some tackles, and he's in. Another touchdown for the Wolves. Easton Connor.
As we just highlighted with the short passes, the quick passes, when we looked over, it looked like there was 3 linemen in there, and there was 3 free linemen to get Connor, but Connor used his speed. These defensive players for Saguaro, they're gassed. They weren't able to catch up for Connor's speed, and a guy who's done it all on offense and on defense converts here and gives them now a 2-score lead.
Connor comes up big. Out there making plays on defense, making plays on offense. He's doing just about everything you can do to help your team win a game. Wolves up 23-14. Here's the extra point. The extra point is good. which makes it 24-14. Desert Mountain going up. Here's the replay. Connor just keeps the legs churning. Runs right through a defender's arm tackle and makes his way into the end zone to make it 24-14.
You just love to see that out of your running back. Just keep it moving. That's something we see from him all night when he's blitzing or when he's got the inside runs or he's even kick returning. He's doing it all, and he just keeps his legs moving, and he gets rewarded right there.
Yeah, he gets a head of steam built up. There's not much you can do to slow him down. Clearly, as we've seen so far, making some great moves. That screen pass was kind of crazy. It almost looked like it was supposed to be a check down to the right. That little out route. But Garduno whipped right back to his left through a perfect screen pass and let Connor go out there and make a play.
And I just saw Conrad Hamilton go down to the bench and high-five every single offensive lineman. He's loved, really, what he's seen out of his big guys.
So a squib kick here out of the Wolves. Jackson's going to return it. Tries to get to the edge, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Not a bad return. Finally, not backed up behind their own 15 again. So now, if you're Marcel Jones, man, you got to get something going. I know it's been hard. I know they've been in the backfield. But he is a special athlete, and he's got to show it right here.
Yeah, you've got to look back to those weapons that they have over there on the offensive side. Ty Strozier, Quentin Sims, Jones himself, Procopio. All guys are going to have to utilize here. But the Wolves have really had answers to everything defensively. Here's Jones out of the shotgun set. He's got trips right. And it looks like we've got a jump here. SaberCats going on 2.
They've been really taking advantage of the snap count. And so Marcel Jones gets the better of him right there. So it's been something that you might can watch out for the rest for in this drive.
The hard count from Jones gets them. And now they've got themselves a 1st and 5. Same formation. Jones awaiting the snap. Gets it. Hand off to Strozier. Strozier is going to be wrapped up, taken down after a short gain.
I want to start hurrying up here. If you're the SaberCats, under 6 minutes left, you only have 1 timeout.
1 timeout remaining, 5 minutes and 37 seconds ticking off the clock for the Cats. Wolves up 24-14 at home.
Marcel Jones, don't be afraid to just get rid of the ball or take it yourself.
Jones drops back, looks over the middle. Got his man number 4 for the SaberCats. Breaks away. He's got some speed. He's getting chased down 30, 10, 5, and he's peanut punched around the 10-yard line, but it's going to go out of bounds. Oliver Gibson makes his first big play of the day.
He breaks the tackle, and then he shot out of a cane and looked like a track star. Completely sprinted down. Ryan McDonough, the last line of defense, got there to break that, to save the touchdown.
So Gibson breaks a tackle and starts hauling down the sideline, turns the Jets on. Number 5 of the Wolves ends up chasing him down and knocking that ball out, saving a touchdown. McDonough with a huge touchdown-saving tackle gives the Wolves at least a chance to make something happen defensively. Got a roughing the passer on the Wolves as well, so that moves the Cats even closer.
And that's such a huge play as well. That stops the clock at 5:13. And if they score on this play, they have the 1 timeout, and they will be able to get this ball back a little bit of time. So this game is far, far from over.
The handoff to Strozier, trying to power his way in, but he's going to get stood up.
Number 2 on the carry, stopped by number 8, Easton Connor.
Connor returns the favor after keeping his running back competitor on the other side, keeping him free.
Some substitutions getting made here by both sides of the ball. SaberCats getting set, getting ready.
We see number 55, Tyler McCray, the defensive lineman, now come in. On offense, he's all the way on the right-hand side.
We've got a late substitution here, getting set. Snap is good, handoff. And it looks like no signal yet. It's going to be close. Touchdown, SaberCats.
They brought in the big bodies. They brought in Tyler McRae on that one. They brought in Tyler King, the 6'3", 285 guard slash defensive tackle, and they handed off to Procopio, a big dude himself, to be able to score that touchdown.
Yeah, the tight end, Procopio, gets the handoff and powers his way into the end zone. Cats score, 4 minutes, 27 seconds remaining. A very quick touchdown, and now the extra point.
I mean, that's perfect. If you're Saguaro, you have a quick touchdown. Now it's on your defense. The Wolves have really controlled the clock, and they've been able to get this run game going and get these first downs. So now, if you're the defense, you're going to need to stand your ground.
And the lefty kicker. Referees having a conversation here.
I really enjoyed that play call to Procopio. He had a big first drive of the game, and then we didn't really see much from him following. And so get the ball in his hands. He's a playmaker.
Yeah, I think in offense, as far as offense goes in general, we haven't gotten to see much from Saguaro. A lot of these one big play moments from them, which I don't think you can complain about at all. So refs still talking it over.
And one thing that we've really seen out of the Wolves is the bounce back. We've talked about it before, and if you're this offense, got to keep it simple.
So the extra point is good. The lefty kicker nails it and makes it 21-24. Wolves on top.
7 seconds remaining.
Just under 4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter here at Desert Mountain on the Varsity Sports Show.
If you're thinking right now it's the power run, it's going to be potentially Easton Connor's game to win right now.
Yeah, Wolves are still on top, so they have the advantage. Sabercats have just one timeout, so they don't have a ton of clock stopping ability. We'll see what they can do and if the Wolves can kill some clock and get out of here with a win.
The student section continues to be completely full on both sides. So these fans are here till the very end in what's been a tightly contested and frankly a great game.
The Saguaro students travel very well. They've got a full student section. Of course, here at Desert Mountain, we've got a full student section. We've got a big kickoff coming here. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nail biter here at Desert Mountain on the Varsity Sports Show.
And that explosive plays from Saguaro, that's going to be a lot of their offense. What seems to be not only tonight but this season, because they have the playmakers. That's all about just making it happen.
Absolutely, yeah. They've shown that they've got the talent. They just got to recreate it consistently. So Sabercats getting ready to kick it off. Some adjustments here by the Wolves on that front line.
The refs are continuing to talk over to Saguaro's head coach, and so it seems to be a lot of things that he's got his opinion on so far tonight.
Like we've said, real stop and go so far in this really close game here at Desert Mountain.
I mean, anything could really be the game changer right now. It is going to be a very tightly contested. These last 4 minutes and 20 seconds for both sides are going to feel like hours.
Yeah, obviously the Wolves, you don't want to let this one slip away. You capitalize on a costly interception by the Sabercats. You go down there, you score again. Easton Connor makes a big play. And now you gotta kill that clock.
The tension seems high. I feel like I could cut this entire crowd with a knife right now. It is silent, and it is nervousness and sweaty palms at least.
Everybody is on the edge of their seats here, awaiting this one. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left. Here's the kickoff. Booted towards the middle. Connor's going to get it again. He's taken off. He's building up ahead of steam. He's got a lane, and he's moving. Makes the kicker miss. He's still going. At the 35-yard line, he's finally taken down from behind. A huge return from Easton Connor.
I mean, he has just been phenomenal tonight. Exactly what you need. You bring it into their part of the zone.
Here's the replay. Easton Connor, you see him navigating the traffic, makes a man miss. 40, 35, finally taken down by number 16. Nice hustle there from the SaberCats to track him down.
Yeah, John Adams saves the touchdown, and Easton Connor, he's got to come off. He needs a breather, and so Craddy's going to take over.
Garduno takes the snap, hands it off to Krat. Tripped up in the backfield initially. He's able to turn it into a positive play.
And even if you don't end up getting the first down, don't end up running down the clock if you're the Wolves, you can back them up within their own 10, 15, like we've seen. And so then that makes it that much harder with the amount of time Saguaro come down the opposite end of the field.
Wolves getting set again here on 2nd and 9. Garduno with Krat to his right. Sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right. Looks like he's going to take off and run it here as he swung to the ground over there on the far side of the field.
Garduno and the keeper.
After picking up a gain of 4.
Pick up a couple yards.
The 3rd and medium. This is a big,
3rd and 7.
big play. Potentially the biggest so far tonight. We'll see what the Wolves have. They've been scheming stuff really well on these 3rd downs. See what they have together right now.
So 3rd and 7 for the Wolves. Looking to get this first down and keep on killing clock. Garduno is going to get set up. Krat behind him. Takes the snap. They give it to Krat straight up the middle, and he's going to be tripped up and taken down quickly.
Craddy on the carry.
Yeah, Craddy stuffed up the middle, and that'll bring 4th down. Big game plan here. The offense doesn't seem to be coming off the field, Dan.
5.
I don't blame them. 4th and 5 here. The run by Craddy is stuffed.
And if we look over at the scoreboard, I mean, what, 226, 225, 224, it only burned about a minute and a half.
So another big conversion attempt here. We've seen them get stopped on 1 tonight, excuse me.
Potentially getting them to jump here. Or they might just wind down the entire play clock and call a timeout.
4th and 5, they snap it. Garduno drops back, finds Craddy open. Tripped up. Very close to the first down marker. And it is going to be called a first down for the Wolves.
The closest line judge to the play called it a first down. What a huge play from Craddy to pick that up.
Craddy took a big hit there,
He did.
too.
As he'll come off now.
Able to get up and off the field. But the screen pass works to perfection there for the Wolves.
All-out blitz on the side of the SaberCats, and Garduno saw it. He got it out fast, and he's able to get it into his hands.
The chains have now moved, so it's officially a first down. And that time starts to tick off the clock fast if you're the SaberCats. A minute and a half left. Wolves on top, 24-21 here at home.
They call it a game of inches, Dane, and these inches potentially have won Desert Mountain in this football game.
So Garduno looking towards the sideline. Got Mizan behind him. With a minute 13 left, timeout is going to be taken.
Just winding on the clock.
By the Wolves.
They have 25 seconds on each play clock. Can run 3 plays here.
We're going to go ahead and throw it down to our field correspondent, Ava.
Hi, this is Ava Lambatis. I'm back with Varsity Sports Show, and right now it is anyone's game. It's 24-21, and the tension is so thick you could cut through it. You can really feel the pressure that these teams are putting themselves through, and I'm excited to see the rest of the game. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Ava.
And now, after doing a little bit of math, Dane figured out they can knee it 3 times and win this football game.
So some quick maths up here in the booth.
I know about quick. It took me a second. I'm not a math major, but, we got it done.
We got it done. So Wolves are going to go ahead and line up in the victory formation. And the knee is taken by Garduno.
And the Wolves are going to go to 1-0 on the season in an absolute nail-biter where it's been Easton Connor's 4th quarter.
Yeah, Easton Connor has pretty much run the latter half of this game, and the SaberCats have had no answer for him. Timeout taken by the Cats, trying to hang on as long as they can, but it's not going to be enough.
I just think going forward, if you're the SaberCats, you need to get that offense going. We saw the explosive plays, which are always going to be very helpful as a team, but it's the drives like where the Wolves have, where they're bringing it down from their own 30, from their own 40, they bring it all the way down inside the 10, and they just wear down their opponents. And I think at the end of the day, SaberCats are just too worn down.
Yeah, SaberCats took a lot of damage in this one. Really had to hang on. They got up, then got down, then got up. And then they went back down on the scoreboard and just have not been able to surmount that. The Wolves have put together a nice drive here, picked up a big 4th down conversion to make sure they could run the clock here and get the W.
I mean, that was just Craddy's heart to just take that smack that he did and still pick up the 1st down. That was just so crucial.
Yeah, Craddy took a big hit, got clipped in the legs, and fell forward just enough to pick up the 1st down. There's this 2nd knee from Garduno. And now we wait. The Wolves offense standing on the field, preparing to take their 2nd snap.
And what we've seen here from Garduno, I think just going forward with him, it's not forcing it, but he has done a really good job of managing this game so far.
Yeah, he's made his couple of mistakes, but outside of that, he's done a very good job getting the ball out, finding an open receiver.
I think potentially, Dane, I don't know about you, but player of the game for me would be Easton Connor.
Yeah, Easton Connor absolutely showed out tonight and led the Wolves to a victory as the final seconds tick down here, and that is going to do it. The Desert Mountain Wolves win 24-21 over the Saguaro SaberCats. What a game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're both sides, there's a lot of positives, and there's also a lot of negatives, a lot of stuff to work on if you're the SaberCats and if you're the Wolves. But again, it's the first game of the year, and both teams potentially going forward are going to be, in my opinion, pretty solid.
Either way, what a way to get it done. Saguaro put up a great fight after such a tough season last year to come out here and face such a good opponent and put on such a great game. Both sides absolutely made their fair share of mistakes,
Definitely.
but I think both programs are going to be very happy with where they stand after this week. They both have a lot to work on, but they look much better than they did last year.
100%. And Saguaro themselves with big plays on defense. When you saw on defense from these guys was great. I mean, you had the pick 6, you had the fumbles, and you had another interception. And so both these teams should be happy with their performance and wanting even more going forward.
Yeah, we talked about that at the start of this game, that defense showing up for Saguaro, and they absolutely did. They did everything they could to keep their head in this one, but the Wolves just a little bit too much for them to handle.
You also know you have the athletes to get it done too. You have Marcel Jones, you have Drozer, you have your receivers such as Oliver Gibson with his big play. So you know you're going to be fine for the rest of the season. It's just about getting the game plan together correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. So a thriller here tonight, a Friday night classic at Desert Mountain on the Varsity Sports Show. Stands emptying out here. Desert Mountain fans awaiting their team to get off the field. A really great showing from both crowds tonight. Student sections on both sides are performing well. And that's going to do it from me, Dane Palmer, and
Niall Rosenberg.
On the Varsity Sports Show, our field correspondent, Ava Lambatis, all our cameramen, our producers. Great job tonight, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.